drugome, samo pusti me na miru. Neću umreti, još ću voleti, makar negde u Sibiru.
It's surprisingly difficult to actually smoke through the mask when it's not a vape. Okay. Oh, fucking gay. Welcome, chat. Starting in a couple of minutes. In between, I'm playing a classic wedding music from the good old Balkans and shit, because your boy is hitched.
I'm Hitler's top guy.
Love you, chat. Life is good. And yes, chat. She said yes. None of this would be possible without you, chat, because how do you think in hell I would be able to afford a ring? Let's fucking go, chat. Let's fucking go. Today is a good day. Don't worry, it will be a regular, fun stream. But still, to me, it's not a regular day, because today my life changed, obviously, to the better. She made me into... What was that sexist term? I'm gonna make you into not a real woman, I'm gonna make you into an honest woman. Well, she made me into an honest man. Now I'm a real unk, eh? Now I'm a real unk. Radio.
S bukom sam se družio, hej, otkad sam se rodio, s bukom sam se borio, samo ti si
Welcome, welcome, welcome in, my beautiful chatters. Thank you very much, Barry Bowles, for the congratulations in the sub, and thank you very much for the congratulations from absolutely every single one of you. Today, my woman made me into an honest man, and what a beautiful day it is. I'm going to keep it personal and private, the way I like to keep my personal relationships on how the actual engagement went. I refer to some of our first moments, which involved a stolen jacket, her not being able to, go out in the cold, so me leaving the jacket with her, which later made my drunk ass at that time realize that I left all my keys and all my wallets inside, so she came to find me in my dorm room, gave my jacket back, and, it all extrapolates from there. But, I know that I'm supposed to keep this all, like, professional and, talk only about the good old Marxism and politics and so on. But you guys have been such a big part of my life that I thought even on a day such as this that I should tune in at least for 2 or 3 hours and share this big news with you guys. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. None of this literally would be possible without you. So, yeah, it's a big day for your guy. I'm one of those annoying, toxic dudes that it took, 5 years in order to get engaged. I knew that this was the woman for my life, for the rest of my life, even in the first year. But the whole marriage thing, blah 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 blah, that took me a second. But yes, I am now a honest man. At least I will be if hopefully I do everything right, and in around 365 days we actually do end up getting married. But yeah, Unk status, fully engaged. That's why I smoked my first cigarette in a very long time, and even on stream with you guys. And this is the second that I will let myself smoke in an hour or something. I got my rakia with me, celebrating with you guys, because again, we might to me you might be a few digital names on a on a chat box on the surface, but below the surface you genuinely are not. Thank you for allowing me to do what I did, because again, unironically, without you guys, that would not be possible. I hope you're all doing well, because I am really, really, really doing very, very well. And yes, some motherfuckers in chat, yes, she did say yes. She was unironically shook, for the. I started shitting my pants because I did it like a really big surprise. There was no people around. I don't do that shit. Blah blah blah. It was just the two of us. I'm not gonna tell you about, because it's private. The very, very specific way I did it. But once I did it, because it was a surprise, she was literally just like this for 10 seconds. And those 10 seconds, chat, that felt like 2 fucking hours for me. I was like, oh my God, am I an idiot? Did I miss the last 5 years of hardcore signaling on her side that she actually does want to get married? Did I fuck up? But no, she was just quiet because she was shook. And then she said a very, very loud, no! Oh yeah! It was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you very much, Mr. Finger Guns. Welcome to the community, my friend. And yeah, it was a very lovely moment. We went. I am right now on fucking 5 vodkas or some shit, and it was lovely. It was genuinely lovely. And thank you for Mubarak, brother. I wish you the best. Thank you very much, my friend. Yugo marriage on stream, balaclava wedding. Unironically, I will find a way one day, hopefully in a year, to do part of the wedding on stream. That would be really fun. Is it going to probably make all of you know where I live and who I am? Yes, very likely. But would it be an epic fucking thing to actually stream a Balkan wedding? It would be an absolutely epic fucking thing. Hakeem will probably hate on me, because I will definitely get him on the wedding. He will need to be somewhere in the background, but absolutely everyone else will not give a shit. I could even make it into a thing, give everybody balaclavas during the whole ceremony. It would be funny. Wedding looking like a CIA document after being censored incoming. Yeah, absolutely, my friends, absolutely. So yeah. Today that happened. Without this woman, I would be absolutely nothing. I'm incredibly grateful to her for staying with me and going, tolerating all my toxic masculine traits, of which I have many. that you guys tolerate as well. So yeah, it's a very nice day today, chat. And I'm very glad to be able to share that little piece of news with you guys. It happened like 7-8 hours ago. We had a whole day together, and I was like, should I stream? I'm like, yes, absolutely. I should stream because, potential wedding, potential kids, and so on. They need diapers, as we say in our part of the world. Bread must be made, but that was not the main reason. The actual main reason is because, again, even the small material things such as the ring that I put on her finger would have been an absolute impossibility without you, chat. So thank you. Absolutely, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy for you. No, thank you, inshallah. The program boys should all be there. They definitely will be there. As a half Tunisian who's attended many Tunisian weddings, the banger you last put sounds similar to what I would hear. Absolutely, dude. We all got very similar music. Subscribe for tiny Yugopniks and a nice honeymoon for our boy. Literally, yeah. And for every 10 subscribes, you get another 5. If there was ever a motivation for you to throw money at me today, would be a very, very good case. But even that materialism on the side, genuinely, I feel very blessed. And just to bring the point home, that blessing would be impossible. Well, yeah, you stupid fuckers. Usually the man removes the veil during the wedding. Will she remove the mask at the altar? That would be hilarious. Thank you so much, Maple. And thank you, what the fuck? And thank you, Pluto. Jesus, you pieces of shit. And thank you, Dave. That is so kind. That is so fucking kind. It's already 35. And yes, even on this day, I will dedicate myself to the eternal jihad against advertising. And give another. So that's 35. That means 15 need to come in from my own pocket. It's the least I can do. It's the absolute least I can fucking do. With all that being said, it doesn't mean that today I won't give you your proper political education, which, as we all know, here on YugopnikTwitch, we define as sitting in a bar and me screaming at you. Crazy hamburger! So let's get right into the show. And as the show progresses, I'll give you more details about how it went. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Crazy hamburger, crazy hamburger. I've had my fuckboy period. I've had my long relationship period. And then I had this incredibly successful long relationship, and I could not even try to imagine a better person next to me. And that's the main thing I want to wish to all of you motherfuckers. Boys, girls, NBs, absolutely everyone. There is someone out there exactly for you, perfectly fucking fit for you. Are they going to be without flaws? Of course not. Are you going to be without flaws in their eyes? Of course not. But it is the attempt to live and experience life together and turn each other into a bit of a better person that makes the whole fucking thing worth it. So
a new child soldier, subscriber.
All I'm saying is I wish to every single one of you who have not yet felt it to feel the way I feel right now at one point in your life. And I'm 100% sure you will. So just a little bit of patience. Thank you fucking Barry for another fucking 5 gift subs. My favorite fucking wife/boyfriend guy that also hit now another 10, and here's another 5 from my ass. Thank you, fucking thank you. Now, let's start out with this weird video that my mods made me fucking put in this shit. 7 levels of being a communist. Let's figure out what level of communist we are, my beautiful chat. Let's have some fun, because today is a fucking good day.
Level 1. You're a high school...
It's so cute. I'm happy for you. No, thank you. Genuinely, thank you. You got engaged? Yes, I got engaged. You are literally the 3rd person that learned it. Like my girlfriend's family, we called them up. We told them. My family, I called up and told them. Maybe my mom is somewhere in chat. Yes, I'm that wholesome. My mom is actually in chat. And we... and then I came on to tell you fuckers. So if... I'm not trying to LARP the whole fucking herder social relationship thing
Wonderful.
because I
And you
genuinely
child
believe in
soldier,
it.
I
You
mean
guys have been an
subscriber.
active part because you guys literally bought the ring I put on that motherfucking finger. And Jesus Christ, Pizza Famine, thank you very much for the wedding gift. I guess I'll refer to it as a wedding gift during today's stream.
Crazy
For the 10
Crazy hamburger!
for the 10 fucking giftos. Did we find out before the landlord, JT? Yes, unironically. I have not yet told JT or Hakeem. I will
Wonderful.
tell
And you
them
child
after the
soldier,
stream.
I mean
Thank you so much,
subscriber.
Pizza Famine, for the wedding gifts. You guys are too fucking chill. Ring reveal. I revealed it to my mods. It's a very big ring. I feel like if I actually like publicly post it,
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
I might get some annoying, right-wing chuds being like, "Le communist, oh my god, bought le massive ring. How dare you?
A new
Communist
child
must
soldier, I
buy
mean
very
subscriber.
modest small ring." My boy, I am a Balkan guy. Ring must be poppin' and huge. But the main centerpiece, ironically, is not a diamond. It's a green emerald
Wonderful.
because
A
that's her
new
favorite
child
color,
soldier, I mean subscriber.
and because she's an incredibly original person. So I wanted to give her something that's actually different. It's in the form of a tear because she cries all the time, not because of
Wonderful. A
me,
new
chat
child soldier,
motherfuckers,
I mean
not because
subscriber.
of me, but just because she's a beautiful crybaby. So I got her in the form of a tear, and then in the center there's a green emerald, and then around it
Wonderful.
there's
A
some
new
fucking
child
diamonds or
soldier,
whatever
I
the
mean
fuck.
subscriber.
I don't want to post it because literally it's gonna be like Le Communist has a Le car, Le Communist has Le house, Le Communist buys Le ring equals Le hypocrite. So I don't want to feed
Wonderful.
the
A new
fucking
child soldier, I mean
the fucking
subscriber.
pieces of shit, Congrats once again. Do you have tips on how I can deal with overthinking? Because I get every time I approach a girl, it's always socially awkward, and I
Wonderful. A new
don't know how
child
to
soldier,
text.
I mean
I mean,
subscriber.
that's the whole point. You will at one point meet a person that will absolutely not mind your overthinking or your semi-awkwardness or your manner of speech, etc., etc. Trying to find a partner, that's the exact fucking, like, you should reinspect the words that you're using. Trying to find a partner, you're trying to find somebody compatible to you. You're not trying to find the high value male or high value female or any of this fucking stupid bullshit. You're just trying to find compatibility. That's the whole fucking point. If it doesn't work out, that means there was not enough compatibility. And that is okay, because you will not waste decades upon decades of your time and of your life trying to make it work with somebody that's not a proper fit to you. And that's the beauty of it. You can always find somebody that's properly compatible to you. You claim to be a communist, yet breath air pollution. Absolutely. We are level 8 hype train that is absolutely fucking unhinged. 2% away from level 9. Jesus Christ, you guys. Immediately at the start of the stream, you beautiful motherfuckers. So many wedding gifts in here. So many wedding gifts. Treat every social interaction as a throw of the dice. You can improve your chances or decrease them, but it's never certain how it will turn out. The best way to improve your chances is to try as many times as you can. You only need to succeed once. Unironically, I agree. I have my rakia. It is a beautiful Sunday. Let's fucking go, you beautiful pieces of shit. Thank you very much, Potato Enjoyer, for trying to push it over into level 9. Now, I gotta be a professional. Let's watch videos and fucking comment on it. This looks like it's gonna be either very reactionary and cringe, which is also gonna be fun, or a decent video. 7 levels of being a communist. They sent it in. Let's see it. Married 8 years. Wish you luck. Thank you very much, my friend. Professional Lamau. Now that's a good one.
Wonderful. A new
Thank you,
child
Soviet
soldier,
Cranberry, for
subscriber.
moving the line over to fucking level 9. I mean, if enough of you want me to just do Chinese TikTok, you want me to start out, let's start out with Chinese TikToks. Fuck it. Let's try and break the fucking record on my engagement day and be, pay for the least communist wedding to ever exist. One with many guns, many flags, and a lot of toxic screaming and alcoholism. There we go. Chinese TikTok. Let's fucking go. As for those of you who are new here, whenever we have a hype train, we watch Chinese TikToks. As long as the hype train lasts, only tough people lasts. As long as the hype train lasts, the Chinese TikTok also lasts. Thank you very much, Billy Denim, for the fucking sub. Thank you very much, my friend. Level 9. I think it's impossible for us to break our previous score because I genuinely think it's impossible. I think it is physically impossible, even with me boosting it with my own subs, because my own subs do not contribute to the hype stream, hype train. Like, they contribute to more fucking subs, but not to the thing. Thank you by any means for the 150 biddies. Congratulations to Mr. Yugo and Mrs. Yugo. I call her Yugopita, you know. Thank you, Zero Dava, you fucking G. And Jesus Christ, Cynical Chris, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Here's another 5 from me. Wedding gifts galore. Man, why shouldn't I stream the wedding? I can stream the wedding. Why the fuck not?
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Thank you, Aching Cell Prince as well. Thank you very much. And thank you, Nebdi, for the 12 months, one of the absolute OGs. All of you want me to play the fucking horny goon content. I'm not. I'm going to play my cigarette guy. Okay? Newt streamed his wedding. I should check it out. I could stream my wedding. My problem is that I am anonymous. But wait, is Newt anonymous?
Subscriber.
Is Newt anonymous? No, Newt's the big guy. No, yeah, I know Newt. Yeah, no, it's gonna be strange, you know. It's gonna be difficult for my fucking grandparents to understand what the fuck is going on. Level fucking 10 worth of fucking wedding gifts. Pashli nahuy. It's just this. It's not an actual thing. Dolphins. These are not dolphins. These are penguins. These are not real. These are toys. Craziest face reveal. Fully kitted out in a suit with the best haircut of my life. I love, like, if I do my fucking wedding, you guys will not respect me more because of how handsome or not handsome I am, depending on the perspective. You guys will like me more because you will realize what kind of a baddie I fucking scored, okay? Kind of a baddie I fucking scored. An undertone of toxic masculinity that is actually on fucking point. Because if he scored a baddie, most likely means he's not a piece of shit. Thank you for the wedding gifts, Shaz, you fucking J. This is unironically trying to pass the street after your 7th fucking vodka. Thank you, numeral whistle. Newt turned off notifications during the actual ceremony. Would have made much money if you left TTS on. Would have been a fucking multi-millionaire at that point. Dude, one of my favorite weddings, I was the best man at the wedding. I was literally the best man at the wedding. And I'm standing behind him. And I'm supposed to be the one passing the ring from one to another. And I swear I turned off all of my notifications. But on Android, when you turn off sound, there is one particular sound that will still go off, even if you turn sound off. And it's called the alarm. I am standing in front of 200 fucking people. It's dirt quiet. And all of a sudden, everybody just hears literally this. $150 people, perfectly quiet, and this starts playing. No, not this. Jesus Christ. Alarm. I hate YouTube so much. Alarm clock. This. fucking wedding. In the middle of the fucking wedding. But your boy is James fucking Bond. I am a KGB spy through and fucking through, trained by the highest echelons of the CIA, and through my blazer, through my suit jacket, I grab the phone and I press the button and it turns off in exactly 2 seconds. I look to the left, I look to the right, and I realize nobody noticed that the best man's phone had went off. They start talking amongst each other. Who was this piece of shit? Who was this piece of shit? Who did this horrible fucking thing? But nobody ever suspected me. You chat are the first ones to realize, together obviously with the couple and the lady that was marrying them, because she was exactly there. 30 seconds left of the fucking hype train.
Crazy hamburger!
Jesus Christ.
Crazy hamburger!
Fucking Pluto, I love you so much. That they were the only people that knew that it was indeed me who fucked the whole ceremony up. They didn't mind. It was even funny. But yeah, pro tip, if you mute your fucking phone and you're a fucking Android guy, which I no longer am. I got this motherfucker now. It still plays the fucking sound. And thank you, Pluto. Thank you for all the fucking wedding gifts, you beautiful motherfucker, for the 20 fucking gifties, which also make me bankrupt as well in a very good way, because I gotta give another 10. Here's another 10, you beautiful motherfuckers. Hell, we might actually break the fucking record today. Jesus Christ, I'm having a wedding in the Taj Mahal, okay? I'm having a wedding in the Taj Mahal just so that I can piss off all the reactionaries that believe that socialism is poverty, okay? But yeah, that was literally the most awkward moment of my life. I mean, not top 10 awkward moments in my life, which should tell you a lot about the other 9 awkward moments of my life in that ranking list, okay? Should get married more often. Having an iPhone, no, I do not suffer from lack of subs because of my beautiful chatters, but yeah, it definitely helps. Socialism is a poverty club, Mao Zedong. But yeah, this is what I felt like exiting the place. Socialism is when wedding in rags in a field, absolutely. Though I might do a wedding in a field. That would be edgy. Thank you, Vil! Thank you so much. Jesus, are we actually breaking the record today? Chat, what is my actual record? What is my actual record? I don't even know. Is it 15? Was it 16? What is the actual record? Here's another 5 from my ass. Level 12. I 18 if I recall. No way. We ain't breaking 18. Nah. You guys are based and you want me to have an expensive wedding, but you ain't breaking 18.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
This is gonna be me and you chatters after the wedding.
CNND 全民 Chinese National Missile.
You know what? Level 12, I think I deserve to light up a cigarette through the mask, which is going to be supremely difficult.
Defense 指的是中国国家导弹防御系统，作为我国自主研发的尖端国防科技，构建起从太空到地面的多层反导体系。其核心由预警探测、拦截武器和指挥控制3大系统组成。
What you're hearing, last words that a U.S. Marine hears before the world ends.
预警探测系统又由天基预警卫星和地面相控阵雷达组成。天基预警卫星能24小时扫描全球，就好比太空中的监控探头，5秒内就能捕捉到导弹发射时
Thank you, Gary, for the 2 gifties.
的热源信号，在导弹上升阶段发出预警。
Is that not a fire risk? My whole life is a fire risk. Banana.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! Pumpkin!
China, why are you making it so difficult for me to be a China simp when you make content like this? Holy shit, like you're supposed to be better. You're supposed to be better. You're genuinely supposed to be better than this. Jesus Christ, guy. My guy. Jesus Christ, my guy. Japanese, I did a racism. Welcome to YugopnikTwitch, where we do racisms all the time. Thank you very much, Kevin. I apologize. Malteser, why you gotta pull my pants down in front of everybody like this? Thank you, Kevin, for the gifty, my friend.
不认识我，但可能看过我眼。
think this video is trying to tell you to touch grass, chat. And sexism. No. I do not do sexism, okay? Racism is where I put my strong line, where I put my foot on the ground.
Now, we must be ready for a new danger. It looks something like this.
Died of cringe.
你妈的周一能不能放过我这一次？下辈子。
Rest in peace, headphone users. Rest in peace, headphone users. Level 12 hype train. Gifts for the wedding. I have not seen this on regular TikTok. This is a very big fucking thing. But usually it's with videos that are much more difficult to pull off than, you know, just dudes standing still the way this guy is pushing it.
I think it's important that he's there.
1 minute left! Yugopnik spotted. Till we reach level 13, I will follow every gift sub with 1 gift sub. Am I committing financial suicide? Yes. Every single gift sub, I am following with 1 gift sub until we reach level 13. Bizakor with the 10 gifties, I'm going to do another 10 gifties. But let me just see how many come in the next 50 fucking seconds. Let's fucking go. Funnel my fucking way. Classic Hugo behavior, fighting a cop that thinks that his gun is a penis. Thank you very much, Bizakor. We got Nozok. Jesus Christ, we got Nozocure Queer with another fucking 10. We got Sarah McPoopy, and we got Cynical Chris with 5. That is 20, 25, 26. Guess what you're getting from my fucking wallet right now, beautiful chatters? 20 fucking 6. Yes. Life is good today. Life is good. Here's a 20. Paint the chat purple! Paint the chat purple! Okay, I hate this video. It's making me freak the fuck out. Am I a man of my word, or am I a man of my fucking word? Thank you, more talk, for another fucking gifty, my friend. Thank you.
Subscriber.
Are the Jack Sparrow cosplayers coming back? I think they never went away over in China. Does that count? Does that count as whiteface? Level fucking 13, Lazy K coming in, whipping out his massive fucking schlong, putting it on the table and saying, look, it's 5 long.
我就说上网能学到真东西。
No, that sucks. No, what? What? No, it had a piece of meat in it. No, you did. That was not good.
No one gave birth to me. I'm a no gender sweet. It was the kindergarten lady that said to me. It was the kindergarten lady that said to me that I'm not a boy and I'm not a girl. I'm a coconut. I am the coconut and I'm a coconut. Coconut. My coconut.
Oh my god, I hate this video so much.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
Thank you, Lazy K, one more time.
Tripa.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna love this. Okay, level 13. Jesus Christ. No, we're not. We can't. There's no way we're reaching 18.
Tropa tralala, liri lira, tung tung sahur boneca, tung tung tralalelo tripi tropa crocodina, la grande combinazione dei nostri animali, brain rot preferiti no why.
I don't know if you noticed, this is the first video I actually liked because this is what I want the entirety of my fucking algorithm to be, okay? This is what life do feel like sometimes. I'm literally built like this, okay? This is two versions of me fighting each other, okay? Anybody built like a Bober Kurva in here, chat? Anybody built like a Bober Kurva? Thank you, Zivexal, the OG fucking tutor of Chinese TikTok.
笑死我了！当时说在会议上的路上，会议上土拨鼠打架，
Unironically, my persona,
真的遇
yes.
到了两个土拨鼠打架，
Boberpnik.
笑死我了！
Oh my god, did we watch this yesterday? Is Sonic gonna say the N-word again?
Hey, wake up! Whoa! I found out she's beautiful. Who? The girl watching this.
Huh? Chat. Girls in chat. React hard. Girls in chat. Girls in chat are.
I'm Hitler's top guy.
Astrology is just racism for girls.
Well, maybe I am a girl.
30 seconds left of level 13. It's literally impossible for us to reach level 14, but I'm still just saying it just for you to keep in mind. Because Sonic just called you beautiful.
A new child soldier, subscriber.
Well, shit, we're out of ingredients. Hey, Sonic, what else don't we have?
No flour, no sugar, no gluten, no egg, no carb, no fat, no woman, no cry, no beans, no grease, no potatoes, no tomatoes, no rams, no rams, no pasta, no dogs, no chicken, no...
Does anybody have an actual
wake
song
up.
like this? There's actually... Oh.
Wonderful, a new child soldier, subscriber.
I know you want me to have an expensive wedding, but...
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
I want the other sound to play. Where is the other sound? I want the proper fucking sound to fucking play for Soviet fucking Cranberry. To just whipped out his 50 long schlong, put it on my fucking table and said, look at it. Look at it.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
Look at it. Look at it. And we all looked at it. And then, because I had to witness his 50 long schlong, after saying there's no way we are breaking records at this point, I think we are. At this point, it's embarrassing if we're not breaking records because we're too close to not break the fucking records. Here's another 20 and here's another 25 from me. Because fuck money in the holy war against motherfucking ads.
Hamburger, 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 hum. Hamburger, 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 hum. Hamburger, 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 cheeseburger, 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 Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Whopper, 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 hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, Big Mac, Whopper.
Thank you, Soviet Cranberry, for giving me the greatest boost of my fucking life. Thank you very, 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 very much. And thank you, Barry Bowles, right after that for that gifty. But Jesus Christ, Soviet, whenever that song plays, I know life is fucking good. That wedding gonna be expensive.
Wonderful, a new child soldier, subscriber.
How often do you go to gym? I try 3 times a week. But mostly, let's be realistic, it's 2 times a week. I'm a regular guy. I'm a regular guy, okay? I'm a regular guy. My split, I don't even know what that means in English.
Wonderful, a new child soldier,
Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Anyways, we are continuing on the insane track of level 15 hype train down our Chinese TikTok pipeline.
我怎么会画画呢？只是喜欢乱涂乱画罢了。
接下来一张小纸巾蹭一蹭，将画面揉擦均匀。准备一
This unironically special for you, Soviet Cranberry. Cheers, cheers, my friend. Jesus Christ.
空白纸随意撕出山的形状，将纸张贴在画面上，然后铅笔顺着纸张往下划拉，划拉出一座山。在 将纸张倒过来对称滑。
Unironically, what is the thank you, Red Edge Planet, for the gift sub. Very kind of you. What is unironically the biggest hype train that has ever happened on Twitch? Because I want us at one point to unironically break that bitch. Single Chris, what are you sending? Oh my God, you're sending the how I look like while I did that shit.
Child soldier, I mean subscriber.
Hamburger, 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 cheeseburger, 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 Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, Whopper, 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 hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, Big Mac, Whopper.
Thank you, Soviet Cram. We have literally defined it. That is the way you say thank you to somebody who hits a fucking 50. That's the sound only plays on a fucking 50. I'm making that my ringtone. Please do, my friend. You have absolutely earned it. You can even screenshot my face and put it as your screensaver. Don't do that. That would be weird. Record is level 111. I think we can at some point do it. At some point we can do it. After I evolve post 1K Andy, I think it will be possible. If I ever become 1.5K Andy, we can break that record. We can break that record. And we could even easier, we would have an even easier time at breaking that record if I was actually, what's the word? If my gift subs actually counted towards this. Thank you. More talk! Thank you very much for the 5 gifties. At this point, it's impossible. I admit it. It's chill. 45 seconds left from level 15. But if it actually counted my gift subs, we would easily be able to break 111. So that would probably cost me between like $7,000 and $10,000 to do. But just for the story, I would absolutely be willing to do it. Just for the lols, okay? Because I'm already for the lols. We're at level 15.
拿出橡皮蹭出水平面，水面上再蹭出一些白线条，继续用橡皮。
Bro be like, yo, bro, I made a new thing. Want to check out my new thing? Bro shows you this. What's the record? Apparently the record is level 111. But we hit, chat. I want you to look me straight in the eye and understand what we just did, okay? 199 gift subs, 580 fucking bits. That means that I gave 100 gift subs as well on top of that. So we did a 300, bro. We did an unironic 300 in a matter of the first 45 minutes of this stream. Listen, we keep this up, and I will be sitting here on a gold-plated, like, emperor throne with advanced technology impregnated into my brain with Tesla chips that just prints out communists all around the world because I will be able to just, like, microwave class consciousness into their heads. But not that's crazy shit. Crazy shit. Fucking do 100 gift subs from you fuckers, 100 from me. I don't think you get to see this anywhere else except with the massive fucking streamers. The massive fucking streamers. And even they consider it a big crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! Our most decorated Soviet, and the decor is not medals. The decor is how many child soldiers I've been able to recruit for the cause, my friend. For the anti-advertising cause. Just like the ad is going to play in 30 seconds. Fuck that shit. The AI VTuber broke the previous record of 107, and the hype train ended up at 111. Okay, no, I got to check this out. Chat, this is our goal.
Can we get confirmation?
Our goal is not achieving a hierarchy-less society where, you know, the class
confirmation. Is this
where the class dichotomy no longer makes sense. No, chat. Our goal is to break this VTuber's goals. Okay.
Have we beaten the hype train record on Twitch? Am I mistaken here? Hype train record. Level 106, April 1st, 2024 by Pirate Software.
Vito 987.
Yeah.
January 1st.
Congrats, chat. We did it, Nero.
How? Блядь, how? Thank you, Spicy. Congrats on your engagement, my dude. No, thank you very much for your wedding gift.
God.
Even 5 FPS and you're celebrating.
For real, does Hakeem play video games though? No. He played when he was young and no longer.
I love the 5 FPS new add-on.
I'm at a loss for words, man.
Chat, do I need to bring up my cute levels in order to reach these fucking hype trains? Okay.
I think 5 FPS is still good.
It's more cinematic. We beat the all-time Twitch hype train record in a couple hours. 70 to 80,000 subs.
No, good for them. I'm happy. As long as they're not a reactionary piece of shit, I'm happy for 80k subs. Wait, they made 80k subs? No way, they made 80k subs. And by the way, 80k subs does not mean 400k. Realistically means like 150k. Okay, realistically, but still, holy shit, 80k subs. 80k subs.
I don't know how many bits. We bankrupted Valorant. This is insane. Nero's lagging so bad because she has to process every single chat message and gifted sub.
Happy New Year, by the way, guys.
Happy New Year. Can we get confirmation?
Thank you so much, chat, for all the wedding gifts. Keep them coming. I'm not going to reject them, but holy fuck. Only 150? Does Bezos take more than 50? No. You see, that there is one thing that nobody tells you about. It's tax that nobody tells you about. And the other thing is people from certain countries pay less per sub, right? And also, I feel like there's a lot of the subs that get lost in the fucking wind. It's very strange. Like, if it's $7 per, if it's $6 per sub, and for example, if I have 1,000 subs, one would think, and you're partnered, right? If it's 1,000, it's 1,000 times 6,000 times 0.7. One would think that for per 1,000 subs, you need to make 4.2k. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. No, you go. If you're good, you make 3,000. And I can't even explain it because they don't really give you like a Excel sheet that explains, you know, people from this country gave this much, and you know their sub, for example, costs $3 versus this guy's $6. No, you just get your little payout thing at the end, and it's like whatever. At least that's my case. I don't know. And you know how much I make from ads? This much. This is the beautiful ad number, and I love it this way because I don't feel like a fucking dirty, disgusting sellout. But yeah. Live stream wedding in a bedazzled balaclava, and we can get you there. Fuck yeah, my friend. Fuck yeah. And the wife has also like a bedazzled balaclava as well and shit. But yeah, there's a big, don't just so you know, fuck me. Like, who the fuck am I? Like, I'm fucking irrelevant. But when you're looking at like very large streamers that do really, really good work, you know, like they have 10k subs, that means that they make 40k a month, which is impressive money. Most likely they're making tops 30, 28, which is still insane money. Don't get me fucking wrong. That's an insane amount of money. But they're not making 40k. Okay? They're definitely not making 40k. And then if you discount that with the taxes they need to pay on that, their actual profit is still insane for literally the best job on the planet, which is talking to you, chat, and doing whatever the fuck we do. Literally the newest job to ever exist. But it's very far from, you know, the one-to-one $6 minus 30%. That's how much they make. That's not how it works. W for integrity. No, thank you. No, it's, of course. Anyways, let's watch this video that I promised you we will watch. I feel like the fact that it's starting out with a Wojak, even though I have a Wojak on my fucking profile photo, that it's not going to be the greatest video ever made of all time in all space and history. Have you guys watched kako se zove ono koji kurac? Love, Sex, and Robots? I watched the first 4 episodes. 2 of them are fucking garbage. 2 of them are fucking garbaggio. Like they're like not okay. They're shit. Thank you, Moors. Oh no, thank you, my friend. Come back anytime, man. We have fun here on stream.
This world, it's a clinched.
This was okay. I mean, if you're a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, literally the first episode of Love, Sex, and Robots is a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. And they perform it like little dolls. It felt like a paid-for advertising. Wait, I heard it's like it was like the best. The previous, some of the previous seasons were incredible, but this one again, I only watched 4 episodes. 2 of them were excellent, but 2 of them were on around. I guess I watched 5 because I forgot I even watched this. One episode is like you click play and it's just a Red Hot Chili Peppers like song, and you're like, okay, I guess you get what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that Red Hot Chili Peppers are in a decent band. All I'm saying is that, like, why the fuck am I watching it's like tuning in to the NFL and somebody singing opera. That doesn't mean that opera is bad or worse or better than the NFL, but you're just like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you very much, Juice, for the 11 months. Seriously, 11 months is crazy. Thank you very much. But yeah, okay, let's see the trailer so that I understand what I watch. There's one particular episode which is like, it's the apocalypse, but we're a gang, and the apocalypse came to the gang-ridden city because reasons. And then we go and we talk to this wise woman that said that we like experienced nuclear holocaust, but that woke up or brought other species to our planet that want to fight. And 3 of them came to our particular city that are formed as massive babies. And us and our gang are about to fight them. And also, we all have weird electrical telekinesis powers. Like, I'm not lying to you. One of the episodes is literally that. And it's like 10 minutes, so they don't explain anything. 400 boys, exactly. With all due respect, I watched 400 boys like, this is the definition of fake deep. Like, this is the definition of fake deep. I was like, this is not good. Like, I know I'm supposed to think it's good because of the art style, of the way they speak, of, you know, some sort of like grander argument that it's making, but it's not. It's what? There's a guy that cries and this, what? And they have telekinesis because they have telekinesis, but which is not even telekinesis, it's just like electricity they share between their brains. Sorry, I know it's very stupid for you guys that haven't watched it or are listening to my rant, but like, just take my rant into consideration when you do actually watch the episode, because it's like, what?
Subscriber.
What? Like, what? You're literally like, what? Thank you, Lele! Fucking the greatest racist in our, literally, what's the fucking thing?
Wonderful, a new child.
I'm Hitler's top guy.
The biggest racist in our chat, the biggest success racist, at least for the 5 gifties. Did we reach 10? Yes, we reached 10. Here's another 5 from myself.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much,
Child
Lele,
soldier.
for contributing to my
Subscriber.
wedding fund, I guess. That's what we're calling it now. The show has great highs and lows. It absolutely does. It's some of the coolest short films that I've ever watched in my life. I've watched here. Here's another 5 gift subs. Literally. There's a new season. Yes, chatter. There's a new season. The 2 that I've watched that I liked is the one with the pet of the Revenge Lady. Revenge Lady with the pet. And the one that's like a zoomed out story of humanity's end and its path towards, you know, destroying our own galaxy in the way that a fart goes out of an ass. I tried to say, like, explain my favorite 2 episodes without spoiling anything, obviously. But Close Encounters of the Minikind. Thank you very much, Malteser. By the way, everybody should go and fucking follow the Malteser. If you aren't at this point, you're fucking weird. And you really should. But yeah, Close Encounters of the Minikind was a fun little thing to watch. It was cool, and it was very organic, and it was nice. But 400 Boys, some of the dumbest shit I've seen. Like, unironically, the definition of fake deep, which I love trash TV, but if it's trying to be deep, but it's actually not, that's the only thing I would give a 1 out of 10. 99% of the shit I watch, I will... The lowest number I would give it is a 5 out of 10. But if it's something that's fucking basic as a motherfucker, trying to be holy shit, we're saying a thing right now, then that's the only way it can be a 1. Okay, let's watch the trailer.
Feculent sphincter. It cries.
And that I watched. This was not bad. This was like a very decent 6.5, 7. This was interesting.
Cries out for a savior.
This I haven't watched.
It cries out for me.
Nor this. The kitty. Okay, kitty. 10 out of 10. That one's gonna be 10. I haven't seen the dinosaur one yet. This was what the fuck? Like, why am I watching a concert? I did not subscribe to this. That one was funny.
Let's go.
Anyone got a problem with that?
I love that one.
It was
this was okay. I guess that's a video. I guess that's a movie. That's a short film. This and Red Hot Chili Peppers was like, why is this in front of my eyes right now?
End of the world.
We still got each other, and when the time comes, we gotta take back what's ours.
I have a proposition. I will give you...
Somebody was literally in a room and he was like, what if we melt together a post-apocalyptic film and that one film from the 70s where a bunch of gangs are fighting over central New York? And somebody in the office was like, yes, thank you, AI algorithm, for thinking up this brilliant idea. Because it literally plays out like as if a fucking AI wrote this shit. It plays out 1-to-1 as if an AI wrote this shit. Somebody went into ChatGPT and it was like post-apocalyptic and a 70s style gang warfare movie. What can I get? Also like babies, massive, large babies. Honey, I Shrunk 400 Boys and the Warriors are also there. AI more like, hey, I'm walking over here. Thank you very much, Kako.
The earth, if you will worship me. Do we have a deal, sir? And so...
Robert Valley made it as a passion project. It wasn't AI. I mean, that's not a flex, my dear friend. If it was an AI, at least there would be an excuse.
Our crusade begins.
The what begins?
She can't take much more of this! Kiss that thing!
It's one of the fallen.
This dude eats a lot of lentils.
If he ever lights a candle, we are all going to die.
Kill me now!
That one was great. That one, especially with the person running out of the sex store, like, pick me!
I was dead when you came here. You saved me.
You have them. They are called fountains.
Sample my power, foul creature!
Where are my girlfriends? Oh my god, not my girlfriends. My, how do you say it in English? My, when you're engaged with someone, my fiance's cat. Oh my god, fiance. Oh. Holy shit, chat, I'm old.
Let the race begin!
My wife!
A contest of heroes worthy of this celestial union.
Okay, you can't tell me like, you can tell me, oh, I'm better than that. You can tell me I'm better than that. But you would be lying. Okay? You would be lying if you told me you would not at least peak. If on broadband television there was a show where humans get to fight dinosaurs, come on. You would watch that shit. Would that make you a bad person? 100%. Would you watch it? Yeah, we would all watch it. It's humans fighting dinosaurs in an arena with swords and guns. We would all fucking watch it. Come the fuck on. Jesus Christ, okay? You know, and it would all be, what's the word? People would give their consent to be eaten by a T-Rex. And obviously the show would be unethical instead of a market economy, because there is no such thing as consent when it comes to exploitation in a market economy because of like capitalism and the profit motive. I'm not even going to explain my argument because I believe at this point I've educated you enough for all of you to know exactly what I mean when I say this. But in a post-capitalist world, I mean, bro, dinosaurs, people fighting, pretty cool.
For the revolution.
For the revolution.
What a reality TV show for U.S. citizens. What is this, my dear brother? What is this? What is love? What is love? What is this? What is love? What is this? Here, producers pitch for reality TV show of immigrants competing for citizenship. The Department of Homeland Security is reviewing a reality TV pitch where immigrants would compete for American citizenship. According to a spokesperson, this has to be a joke. A producer who has pitched the idea to DHS said he envisions the show as being a positive love letter to America, while dismantling criticism that it would be punching down on contestants. It would not be punching down. No, this is, I agree with this. This should be developed. Because this is the best way of showing immigrants into the United States what life in the United States would actually be like. No, this is not, no chat. You guys are stupid. This is not bigoted. This is being ethical when it comes to giving people citizenship to the United States of America. Okay? It's basically showing them this is what your life here is going to be like before they sign any sort of document that would make them American. Okay? It's perfectly fair. It's perfectly fair. That's why I say, like, the main way for you to dissuade immigrants that are physically trying to pass the border is by putting a bunch of massive LED screens, like displays, on the actual border wall and playing the average life of an American. If you want to make it extra spicy, you can play the average life of a homeless person or a drug-addicted person in the United States, which is a very large portion of the country and also pretty close to what their experience might be as an illegal immigrant there. If anything's going to dissuade them from coming to the States, it's showing them the very high likelihood of what their life there is going to be like. And a lot of them might realize, holy shit, it might not be as bad as what I'm running away from. So let's go back, okay? Or someone chronically ill, of course. To make it even more realistic, one season lasts 15 years. Oh, and ironically, show unemployment and hunger. Someone who is an immigrant and someone who lives in the developing world but not in the United States, I don't give a shit. I have nothing to lose. Like, I owe nobody anything. So when I say that unironically, you are taking a fucking L pill by like actively wanting to move to the States, it's an L, bruv. Like it's an L. I agree with the Trump administration's anti-immigrant policy, but for a completely different reason than why they propose it. I say don't move to the States. Please do not move to the States, but not because this ethno-nationalist idea of white purity and staying away from white genocide and so on. Quite to the contrary, because guys, like, there's much better countries for you to move to. Don't go to the biggest shithole on the planet with a fucking Gucci belt. Nah, I'm good, bro. I am good, okay? Anti-immigration destroys the United States. Unironically, am I not right? Am I not correct? If people would actually follow through on what white supremacists in the United States are pitching to them, like, do not come to our country, that country would fall apart. The country would fall apart. So yes. What's the thing? Fellow immigrants, do not come to the United States of America. No, not because I'm racist, but because it unironically fucking sucks. It sucks. Like, don't come. Like, it fucking sucks. I am warning you. This is a warning. Do not come. It sucks. A different place. Different place. It sucks. Don't fucking come. It fucking sucks. Okay? Make that into a clip. Make that into a clip and then post it to whoever. Like, literally. Oh. Anyways, let's finally watch this video. 1 hour and 10 minutes into the stream. Oh, my God. Thank you to all the subbies.
Student who has just discovered politics and you idolize the Nordic model. You have a multicultural...
Oh, yes, in the beginning. I ironically, I don't hate on these people because it's a great fucking funnel. I don't know why a lot of fucking MLs and shit, they're immediately like, Ree! Like, this is not socialism. It is based on a lot of imperialism. Let them get to that conclusion on themselves by interacting with people. Don't immediately, after they start considering themselves a socialist, tell them that they're fucking idiots and they're actually capitalists, because guess what? Then they're just going to refer back to calling themselves capitalists. What have you achieved? What have you achieved? You were the smart guy in the room for telling them that they're stupid for liking Sweden? Oh, impressive. Impressive. Thank you for your contribution to the cause, my friend. Thank you so much for being so principled. Oh my God, so principled. Yeah. Let them have their own thing. They'll eventually, the same way as when you idolized Norway, got to these fucking conclusions, they will as well. Thank you very much, Lesbian Hot Sauce. Everybody give a follow to Lesbian Hot Sauce, a dear friend of the show. Genuinely, they did a very, very cool Nakba Day Remembrance fundraiser for Palestine. That was an awesome experience. Thank you very much, Lesbian Hot Sauce. That was awesome, and thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream.
Mixed-gendered friend group, and you love each and every one of them. You want to fight for the people, and you stand up for injustice whenever you can. You probably identify as a social democrat, and you don't understand how anyone cannot want universal healthcare, high living standards, and welfare. You don't hate the rich, you just think their wealth should be limited. Your political beliefs seem like common sense. You were taught to share, to be kind, and to stand up for the weak. How could anyone not believe in fairness, compassion, and equality? It's the basic morality every child is taught. Your YouTube recommendations are full of left versus right debates. You haven't yet realized it's just progressive liberals arguing with conservative liberals about which flavor of capitalism is cooler. You have read the Communist Manifesto, maybe even highlighted a few lines, and you can see where Marx was coming from. But the failures of USSR loom large in your...
No, not the USSR! Oh my God, it is so bad. I'm glad I get to teach you about gay cottaging, Hugo. Absolutely, my friend. Gay cottaging is very important information, chat.
Mind. It's hard for you to see how communism can work in practice. People love power too much. You still believe
human nature very corrupt. How then human nature interacto with capitalismo and comunismo? Human nature normal in capitalismo, but human nature no normal in comunismo, because comunismo say we want society better. How do this? Impossible. Impossible. Unironically, we've all struggled with this. We literally have struggled with this. And I think it's extremely problematic if you go with the full, the Soviet Union did nothing wrong, or if you go with the full, we completely reject past socialist experiments and shit and so on. The way you approach this, if you're a normal person, which I encourage all of you to be a normal person, please, is to tell them what? That socialist experiment existed in its own historical context, which obviously rubbed off on it and caused it to do mistake X, Y, Z, or whatever. But it had also achieved, at the time, greater successes for the human experiment than any other place on planet Earth, right? And not just the human experiment, but class solidarity, working class solidarity, and so on and so on, you know? Yeah, read the room, brah. Exactly, J-Tide. Exactly.
capitalism is the only realistic system, but it doesn't have to be this brutal. It just needs to be a bit kinder. Level 2.
And then if somebody talks about brutality, etc., you can introduce them to the, classic contrast. Okay, you're talking about the brutality of the Soviet Union, but let's talk about, in comparison, the average brutality of a capitalist state. And then they're going to tell you, but okay, aren't the communists supposed to be better? And you can literally reply with yes, and they were. That's it. That's unironically it. It doesn't mean that you agree with the many faults that they had. It's just historical fact that on most things they were better.
2. You have graduated from YouTube debates to BreadTube. You start watching YouTubers like
Sup, Sour Dev. Thank you for the sub, my dear friend.
ContraPoints, Hasanabi, H-Bomber Guy, and PhilosophyTube. Suddenly, things...
Dude, this man, like, copy my fucking video, bro. This is just the leftist pipeline, bro.
Start to click. You realize that...
The digital leftist pipeline, at least. I made this back before you were even able to read, my friend. And my mom answers, yeah, so we need a third way that mixes capitalism and socialism while agreeing with every single goal of communism. Classic answer. I mean, how do you respond to that? How do you respond to that? To this, what, for example, Toasty's mom says, you say, we tried that. That's kind of what we're even trying right now. And it's obviously not working. So you cannot sit on two chairs for eternity because both of them are being enveloped in water caused by global warming, which is caused by the market economy. So, well, I understand you wanting to be a deep two-sider. You are freezing. You're dying. You're dying. You got to pick a side.
Most countries don't actually have a true left-wing party. Everyone's just a different flavor of liberal. Even your Nordic model is not as innocent as you thought. It too is based on the exploitation of the global south. At this point, you start listening to leftist punk music like Nirvana and Sex Pistols and proudly wear Che Guevara t-shirts. You also start getting vocal about the treatment of minorities, racism, and feminist causes. You don't...
Racism!
I'm Hitler's top guy. What am I gonna do? Adolf Hitler chose me to lead the revolution.
mind posting that on your socials anymore. And now you go deeper into the rabbit hole. You learn about true American imperialism, the coups, the proxy wars, the sanctions, all of it. You develop a more nuanced view of the Middle East and Latin America. You fully support Palestine now, and and you bring it up in conversations, whether it fits or not. You start to hate billionaires, not just dislike, hate. Elon Musk becomes your personal nemesis, even though he has no idea you exist. Level 3. At this stage, you don't just support radical politics, you like the idea of being radical itself. There is an inner anger within you that finds an outlet with communism. Now your main pastime is going on.
And not just an inner anger that finds its outlet, you find purpose. You unironically find purpose. And there's a lot of criticism to be made about, people that make it their whole identity to be a communist, because at one point it becomes like borderline like lifestyleism, like herder. You like boots, you like leather jackets, I like communism type shit. But on the other side of the spectrum, there's a great beauty to it, because there is no greater shortcut. Unironically, there's no greater shortcut towards happiness than finding true purpose. And there's so many groups and ideologies out there offering you purpose that if you end up picking communism, like respectfully, you literally picked one of the least cringe. And don't even get me started on most productive and so on. So even though it's cringe, it's the least cringe, if you know what I mean. When my family brings up anecdotal evidence from people they know, I always ask to talk to them, because I genuinely want to know more from them. But it's never got to that point. Yeah, it's classic. Yeah, I remember telling my psychiatrist that I began to feel happier after I began reading Marx and communist literature. That's... Purpose is the ultimate cheat code to happiness. But again, a lot of motherfuckers is going to be out there and tell you that it is exactly that. It's a cheat code. It's a coping mechanism. But to them, I have a surprising notion. All of it is. What all of it? All of it is a coping mechanism. Life is you introducing different concepts that will make you focus on them instead of the fact that at some point you are going to die. That is life. Sorry for metaphysics right here, but all social constructs are that. Making you organically forget the fact that you're going to die and filling in the space in between. Oh, you love children, so you don't think you're going to die. Oh, you love cars, so you don't think about the fact that you're going to die. Oh, I'm going to decorate my apartment, so you don't think about the fact that you're going to die. I am going to improve society somewhat because I don't want to think about the fact that I'm going to die. That is the core truth, even underneath, in my opinion, the dialectical materialism and material thought in general and so on. So, it is, what I'm trying to say is, so if you're going to choose a cope, because all societal constructs are cope, so that you don't think about the fact that you're going to die, if you're going to have to pick a societal construct, pick one called communism, which will improve societies somewhat and not make us all feel like dirtbag, disgusting, alienated animals. If you're gonna have to forget about life ending, forget about it in the best way. Buy Marxism 101 for $6 a month or for free through Prime here on YugopnikTwitch, or by gifting Marxism 101 to your fellow chatters and elevating them to child soldier status. And for every 10 Marxisms sold, I will donate another 5 Marxisms from my own pocket. Give money. For purpose. That is life. Yes. But yeah, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Thank you. I was being ironic with the give, but yeah, I genuinely believe it. All of life, every single social construct, every sort of identity, every sort of feeling of self, every sort of definition of purpose, it is just the postponement of dealing with the fact that you're going to fucking die. But that is not necessarily bad, because just pick the best cope is what I'm trying to say. Those two things can exist at the same time. Understanding that absolutely everything is cope, and willingly being pragmatic about it and picking the best cope is an absolutely adequate way of going about life. Without being a hypocrite on top of that, which also is a purpose by itself that is very enlightening, very fulfilling, very, very fulfilling. Dialectical thinking, wow, yeah, it's insane, isn't it? How the dialectic can respond even to that. The dialectic can even, that's why I like the dialectic, even without the historical dialectics, is stronger than historical dialectics, or even dialectical materialism, because it touches on a core. Dialectical materialism and historical dialectics is an intentional and necessary, how do you put this? An intentional and necessary simplification of the core understanding of hand, fist. Anyways, let's keep watching the video. I'm sorry. This is not a theory stream. I should dedicate this to theory stream when it's only the nerds up in this bitch.
Bread tube and looking at communist memes. You're probably in at least one leftist Discord server where someone has a
I'd rather spend my life being a fashion cause as much suffering as I possibly can. Absolutely.
Lenin FP, and half the chat is debating whether the USSR was really communist. Your music taste changes too. You start listening to even more aggressive and radical music like Death Grips and The Coop. You want your music loud, angry, and ideologically aligned. Bonus points if it has lyrics about landlords and imperialism. You start getting really red-pilled. The exploitation.
Yeah, if at this point you're not joining an organization and you're able-bodied, obviously here I'm talking only to able-bodied people. You're not joining an organization, you are turning into a classic lifestylist, okay? Which we've all been. We've all been, and that's absolutely chill and absolutely fine. But if you let it fester long enough in your brain, you genuinely turn it into just another piece of clothing. Like, me being a communist is the same as me wearing leather jackets, me, putting dark, makeup under my eyes, making my hair all fucking greasy and slick back. I'm talking about many different subcultures, right? But it becomes that. It genuinely becomes that. Communism, like calling yourself a commie without actually participating in motivating people to organize or organizing is a LARP. It's a LARP, and it's okay because eventually you might do something, but up until then, it's we're all adults here. Like, it's a fucking LARP reference,
Of the global south, the state's monopoly on violence, the brutal logic of capital accumulation.
Thank you, Yurik!
It all
the engagement was amazing.
Starts to make sense now. You realize this isn't just about rich pricks, it's systemic.
So if you want to contribute to my engagement and my future incredibly expensive, hypocritical communist wedding, which is probably going to happen next week because I did get engaged today. Greatest day of my life, arguably. Top 5 moments of my life. Do consider subscribing, supporting the incredibly expensive wedding that I'm going to throw for $6 a month for free through Prime, or by truly supporting it by gifting subs. And for every 10 giftees, I will spend my own wedding money and buy another 5. And as an added bonus, you get to avoid the ad that is going to play in exactly 3 minutes and 15 seconds, my beautiful chatters. So yes, communism is when many subscription. Communism is when no wife. Yeah, I guess I'm not a communist anymore, even though I haven't gotten married. She has 365 days to dump me, which would be an interesting thing to happen. Can't wait for Mr. and Mrs. Yugo. No, she's Yugopita. How much do you have to sub to get an invite on my wedding? Dude, unironically, you give me 1,000 subs, I will invite you to the wedding. Not even 500 subs, I invite you to the fucking wedding. I'm not even joking. I will unironically do it. 500 subs, 500 gift subs in the next hour. I am inviting you to the wedding. I'm being as serious as possible.
And you also realize that capitalism is not just a vague thing with free markets and business stuff. It's a system where the bourgeoisie owns the mean.
How about 10? For 10, I will thank you very much. And you will have bought me a bottle of vodka for the wedding, which is fucking amazing. So yes, here's euro. It will still be very, very appreciated.
Of production. The memes teach you about different communist factions. You don't really know what they are, but you know enough to make fun.
This is arguably the harshest state. At this point, when you're picking between all of this shit, you are the most annoying. You're incredibly fucking annoying, and I unironically don't like you. I think the only people that were not reactionaries that have ever banned from chat are people that are in this stage of ideological development. These are dudes, girls and enemies that are just literally sitting in the background and are like waiting for you to say one of their trigger words, which they only know as trigger words because they understand that the great ideological enemy of my ideological current believes this. They don't even know what the fuck the so-called opponent is saying. They just have to sit there and defend their great, great identity as Maoist, Marxist, Leninist, anarchist, Trotskyist, Bundist, Euro-communist. Which it's a great thing to do if you're playing fucking command and conquer generals, but not when you're trying to build up an actual ideological consistency. I don't fully agree with you, but I do want to ask if everything's cope, how do suicidal thoughts factor into that perspective? Come on, you really want to make me talk about suicide right now? Suicidal thoughts factor in the cheap answer would be, they're telling you the truth and like, go out and, have fun. Thank you, Maple Takes, for the shout out. But they don't, because if the human experience is coping with death, there is no wisdom in suicide because it is de facto anti-human. The fact that we call it cope, the human experience, the fact that we call it cope with death does not imply necessarily that cope is bad. It simply implies that we are so developed that we are capable of understanding our own contradiction of having to live for a set number of years. Suicide implies that that contradiction, which is our entire existence, is necessarily hypocritical, and therefore booting out of life is the wisest thing to do. But it's not wise. It's, to the radical opposite, the greatest form of inhuman behavior, because it is exactly in the creation of all of these incredible and beautiful things that we've created as a method of cope and escapism from death that we have become more than death. We have proven to ourselves, yes, sure, because of cope that we are more than death, but we have nonetheless proven so, that we are more. And the suicide people and the nihilists and so on, they want to reject that very impressive 10,000-year history of us being able to build something out of our cope with death by just saying no, dedicate yourself to death. Jump off that fucking window, jump off that fucking building, do whatever the fuck. So as a humanist first and a Marxist second, absolutely banger answer. No, thank you very much. I consider it just inhuman in general. It's treasonous to what makes us us. So fuck those people. Thanks to you, I might need something like this. It's hard for me to get out of the state of mind. No, the least I could do, my friend. Congrats. I consider suicide cringe. I do as well. Because, wait. For all chatters that might have been considering this, I have the greatest song for you guys. Unironically. Some people might consider this, what's the word? When you're not kind and like slow with somebody that's struggling with something, what's the word? Harsh. But unironically, this is like this song, insensitive. Thank you, chat. Some might consider this insensitive, but at its core, this stupid little internet song gets the whole point. It gets the whole point. This is greater than any Nietzsche that you can fucking read. And trust me, I read a lot of fucking Nietzsche, okay? Just this.
Don't kill yourself. Time will do it for you. Don't kill yourself. Time will do it for you. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Don't kill yourself. You'll die anyway. Just wait. Don't kill yourself. You'll die anyway. Just wait. Suicide is cringe. And nothing's worse than cringe. Suicide is cringe. Cringe is worse than death. Don't kill yourself. Death is gonna happen. Don't kill yourself. Death will happen to you. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Don't kill yourself. Life will do it for you. Don't kill yourself. Life will do it for you. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Suicide is cringe. Don't kill yourself. You're too sexy. Don't kill yourself. You're too sexy.
Last one especially. Don't kill yourself because you're too sexy, chat. You're far too sexy.
Fun of them and be part of an exclusive community. You throw around terms like tanky. And
this is the point when developing class consciousness and like a socialist idea of self becomes unironically subsumed by capitalist mentality. What the fuck am I talking about? And I know I'm sounding super cringe and nerdy right now. What I'm talking about is at this point with the lifestyleism and all this shit, you get to feel superior to your fellow proletariat or your fellow bourgeois or your fellow petit bourgeois or your fellow any other class by saying I'm above you because I am class conscious. It is the commodification of class consciousness that turns you into somebody that's developing a social category, a social class of I am communist guy. I am guy communist. I am communist guy, girl, or NB, and I am superior. You do not understand Lenin and Marx. I am very superior, right? This is cringe on fucking steroids, right? And it's unironically you falling in the trap that capitalism as a system has made for you. You get my point? Because what capitalism does with, for example, being extremely well educated in the arts or being an incredible engineer or an incredible mathematician or somebody who was capable of developing the algorithm that explains the way the earth revolves around the sun, the distance from it, how sun's radiation falls on our planet, how the ozone layer works, any of these categories, how someone like Da Vinci managed to make these beautiful paintings and so on, right? It takes all of these incredibly ingenious human feats and makes them into systems that allow you to flex. You're no longer a contributor to the greater species through your art, through your science, through your engineering, through your mathematics, through your writing, through your anything. You're no longer a contributor to the greater good. No, you are an individual that has risen in some sort of fucking hierarchy that capitalism develops for us above all others. And you should not be dedicating yourself to the arts, to engineering, to mathematics, to philosophy, to writing, to any of those, because you want to contribute to your fellow man, to your fellow species. No, you should dedicate yourself to it because that is the way you rise above your fellow man. And that very same, one could call it contradiction, I would like to call it manipulation, the spontaneous organic manipulation that the system does to us, it can also utilize against motherfuckers that call themselves, for example, communists or anarchists or democratic socialists and so on. Because it takes this very kind nurture and nature that has developed them into people that want to see a better world in one shape or form. It takes that and it tells you, no. I mean, that's really good, what you believe and what you want to do and so on. But don't you know, come, close. Don't you know that makes you better than everyone else? Don't you know that that's what actually is supposed to define you from now on? And this thing that was supposed to contribute to community can now become an individual identificator that makes you better than the very community that you are proposing should become better. TLDR, etc., etc. It turns a communal idea into one which can make an individual feel better than other individuals. And it's really good at it. And it's really good at it with a bunch of you motherfuckers and me at some point as well, where it commodifies the shit out of us. Thank you, Romka. Hello, Romka. Thank you. Enjoy. You're here. Long time no see. Absolutely. I haven't seen you in like a month, my dear friend. Yeah, I haven't seen you since I got fucking engaged. Thank you, your Flexo, for the 2 months for contributing to the wedding, my beautiful friend. Thank you very much. Since the history of the world is constantly changing and flowing, wouldn't it be logical to think that the things that make us suicidal are not the same every day, and as such, suicidal thoughts are the weakness of humanity to realize time in the present? So, maybe quite literally, live to see or remember another day. Absolutely beautifully put. That might not be inside of the context of my explanation of suicide and the eternal cope of humanity, but that is a beautiful point. That's a bit Hegelian up in this bitch. That is really nice. Well, literally, live to see and remember another day. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. You got gagged? I got gangbanged. Yeah. Congrats on getting gagged, by the way. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I either ruined my life or I made it better. Time will tell. And that's exactly why I'm not going to kill myself, so that I see if time will tell. And thank you to all the subs. All the subs go to the wedding organization, if they all know. If you all know, and for every 10 gift subs, I gift another 5. Earlier, we got to level 15 motherfucking level of Hype Train, which was unhinged. But I can't say that I wouldn't mind another China TikTok stream.
Read theory, but in reality...
Yeah, Romko, you were missed, unironically. One of my favorite chatters. When you were gone, I'm guessing you got like a lot of corporate shit to deal with. So God bless.
You're just laughing. You've barely read more than 2 books.
Like you talk to people in their 40s or 50s and they're like, I'm way happier than in my 20s or 30s. And genuinely, I'm happier now in my 30s than I was in my 20s. Yeah, I feel you. Live to fight another day. Love it, man. I beat depression this past year. Mashallah. And really remember that most of the pain I've endured has been due to capitalist system that is beyond fucked up. Absolutely. Especially when you understand material conditions in general. Like a lot of people use the word material conditions all the fucking time, but they don't know what it fucking means. But when you truly get to the fucking crux of it, you realize that most of your problems, unironically, are out of your control, and that leads you to no longer blaming yourself for every single fucking hiccup in your life, which then leads you to not hating yourself for the position that you find yourself in, which that leads you to living a relatively healthier, more normal existence. It's TLDR, блядь.
I'm Hitler's top guy.
Physical deterioration wasn't a thing. Getting older would be absolutely rad. Yes. My most radical humanist perspective of human supremacy. For those of you in chat that don't know, I am ironically a human supremacist. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't treat livestock and animals and even other species with dignity and love. We absolutely should. But until they prove to me that they are on our level, I do not give them the same respect that they do not give us. But that on the side, the more controversial take or whatever is that I genuinely do believe that death is a disease that needs to be cured. Death is 100% a disease that needs to be cured. And I will disagree with 99% of chat on this probably, so I'm not even going to get into it, but I'm saying it. Not corporate shit, but petty bourgeois winemaker shit, because that's busy currently in Vienna on my feet all day. She's on the engagement. I'm glad you have your own Tavarish Krupska. Yes, I do, my friend. I need to get my hands on that fucking wine, man.
And a bit of Das Kapital before giving up. Level 4. Something shifts. Maybe it's burnout from the memes, or the fact that you keep telling others to read theory without doing it yourself. But this time, you actually...
This is whoever made this is one of us, okay? They know exactly what they're talking about.
Do it. You start reading real theory. Not just summaries or memes, but actual text. Foucault, Lenin, Engels, Marx, maybe even a bit of Trotsky. This time you really try. You trade in your band t-shirts and combat boots for turtlenecks and long coats. You look like a post-structuralist.
Oh, come on. Do people really change their fucking aesthetics based on what they're reading? Oh my god. I'm gonna die of cringe. Am I gonna be the first fucking communist that dies live on Twitch and breaks the fucking terms? No, please, guys, do not change. Yes? Oh my god. Really? Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, I guess reading is material conditions, so they're impacting the way you perceive your own aesthetics, but still. If you're... Okay, chat, is it cringe if I read a particular intellectual and I really like the way they write, so I Google the way they dressed and I start dressing like that? It's so try hard, it's cringe. It's kind of cringe. It's so try hard. I mean, try hard de facto is cringe, and that is try hard, so it's cringe. Right, Shaz? Shaz, you're my definition of cool here in chat. I mean, it is, right? It's... Yeah. I read too much Marx, and I'm not a raging alcoholic and haven't showered in a week. Okay, Pandas, why do you have to do a friendly fire like this, my friend? But I do shower. I do shower. I do shower. That my greatest negative influence on alcohol consumption has been actively reading biographies of Marx, because I was like, dude, if this guy could be this based and this fucking smart while consuming more ethanol than even I consume, that means that I can do it as well, you know? Motherfuckers started to read Trotsky. They either didn't read or deserve... Oh my god. Okay, welcome back, Romka. Speaking of welcome back, in exactly 4 minutes, an ad is going to play. If you want to rid yourself of ads and elevate yourself to a child soldier level, please do consider subscribing, supporting the show, and alleviating yourself of the greatest and most disgusting, after mass murder and destruction, of course, aspects of the capitalist system, which is ads. Thank you very much for even considering joining the child soldier army, and let us continue with this suicide watch of communist identity.
At this point, you actually start understanding the different factions of leftism, and your perspective becomes more nuanced.
Thank you, 1988 NT. Good to see you, my friend, for the gifty. We are, I believe, I do not steal from my chat. We are 8 gift subs away from another 5 gift subs from my ass.
You no longer feel the need to argue over who's based or who's a tanky. What matters more now is...
There you go. This is the enlightened stage, okay? Wait, this is supposed to be the end stage. No, the end stage is actually organizing, but this is supposed to be the end stage. Let's see where the video goes. Now I'm actually interested. I thought this was going to be the end stage. Now I'm unironically interested. Let's see.
Action and solidarity. You look into joining a socialist organization or attending...
Dude, no, sorry. This is it. This is it. This is the end. This is... You peaked. This is end stage. This is end stage is Jorgeism. No, this is it. This is what I want every single one of you beautiful chatters to be, okay? This is fucking it. Actually understanding theory and actually either participating directly or indirectly in organizing.
Protests. And when you do it, honestly, it's underwhelming. The meetings feel disorganized, the conversation uninformed, and half the people seem more interested in aesthetics than strategy. But still you go.
Yeah, welcome to every single organization to ever exist in the history of humanity. Like if, sorry chat, if this...
Joining a socialist organization or attending protests. And when you do it, honestly, it's underwhelming. The meetings feel disorganized, the conversation uninformed, and half the people seem more interested in aesthetics than strategy. But still you go.
Yeah. And that's annoying. But welcome to being an adult. Every single organization or group that you join will be cringe, annoying, controversial, and pretty semi-reactionary. So get over yourself, bro. You're not that special. Put the bags in the fries. Put the shitting bear in the Pope that fucks kids in the forest. Okay? Yeah, welcome to every single organization to ever fucking exist. What's up? Stop giving a shit.
Go, because you realize that staying home and debating on Discord won't change anything.
Feel often the hardest task is to get people to start thinking materially when they are born into a liberal world and paradigm. Do you have any advice for making those convos as easy as possible? I've thought about doing series like Marxism via the Spice Girls, but I don't know because it's such a huge switch. No, you absolutely should. You absolutely should. It's you break through the paradigm by introducing, I mean, that's literally my whole channel, by introducing just how much of a direct impact the particular system they find themselves in has on the way their life is going, the way their parents interact with each other, the way they interact with their loved ones, the way they interact with other genders, the way they interact with their fucking car, the way they interact with their fucking public transportation system. Make as many things as possible, correlate as many things as possible that somebody interacts with on a daily basis with how the system has modified it in a way that makes it not as good as it could have been. That's how you break the paradigm. That's how you introduce people to ideology. That's how you introduce people to understanding that most things around them, especially those that they don't like, aren't the way they are because they have always been like that and naturally have developed to be such. No, they are like that because of the system in which they find themselves in that has developed them in that particular way. So yeah, unironically, from how capitalism has impacted Shrek down to how capitalism has impacted your local infrastructure and public transportation system is the best approach. Is there anything to pull someone towards an understanding? The most important thing is positive feelings like fun. That as well, yeah. To teach people, make them feel good. To get them to act, make them feel rage. Yeah. Very Yoda, yeah. Like try and get them to critically think about their own lives, like healthcare, education, the transport system in their lives. That as well. But a lot of people are already touching on that. That's like you got like so many fucking people touching on that. Right? You know, you're lesbian hot sauce. You're fucking lesbian. Make them have, use your very well-developed experience as a lesbian woman to teach them about, for example, gender dynamics and how they are impacted by capitalist and market ideology. So then they're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Really, bro? You know, the shit that, or make them lesbian. Absolutely. I wish I could be, my friend. Probably a very homophobic borderline joke, but that I always found funny. So lesbian hot sauce, you either shoot me in the head or approve of me of this. That as a kid, I always like when cis straight dudes are like, I'm a lesbian because I love women. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. After I said it, I realized just how cringe it is. Yeah, lesbian, please pull out your Glock and execute me on the spot. Yeah, I absolutely deserve it. Jesus Christ. But yes, as an unironic 15-year-old dude, I said those sentences. I've said those sentences. I always wanted to be a lesbian as a kid as well. Have you ever considered getting involved politically in your locality? I do, to the extent that it allows. I absolutely do. But the platform that I am privileged enough to have, that's how I consider. That's what I consider my contribution to the greater cause. Right? I am the poster maker and the guy that puts them on the fucking walls. As a parallel to what existed in the 1910s, 1920s over in Russia or whatever. That's what I do. I do agitation. I do not pretend to be or to ever want to be a part of some sort of greater ideological leadership. I try to educate people that are similar to me, that would listen to me as much as I possibly can through entertainment and through actual theory. And that's basically it. What, I thought you were just an entertainer? No, I reject that premise. Unironically, I know that's like a easy fucking get out of jail free card when motherfuckers be like, oh no, I'm just an entertainer. And I don't know. No, I'm not. If I have even one motherfucker joining an organization or starting one that listens to me, I've done my fucking job for the cause. I work for the cause. And as LARPy as it may sound to some of you, motherfucker, some dude in the 1910s told himself that he works for the cause, and the main thing he did in the last month is put up 300 posters. Which is, 3,000 eyeballs on a particular thing. I do a lot more in my 20 different fucking projects, some of which you know about and some of which you don't, of course. I got a lot more than 3,000 eyeballs on ideas that introduce people to the cause. So yeah, I am not just a fucking entertainer. I've dedicated my fucking life to this. I'm not just a fucking entertainer. I'd blow my fucking brains out if I was, honestly. Anyways, let's continue.
An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Level 5. At this stage, it hits you. really hits you that this isn't just theory or a hobby, it's the issue. The suffering, the exploitation, the ecological collapse.
Do I use entertainment? Though I absolutely do, of course. Am I an entertainer and a propagandist? Yes. You can be both of those at the same time. I just find it unironically cringe, and all the people that do what I do use it as a get out of jail free card, that they're just entertainers. No, you're not. Fucking dude. No, you're fucking not.
It's not inevitable. It's manufactured. Climate change.
I wasn't trying to ask you as a way to suggest you don't do anything. Simply, if you saw an opportunity in your region or the world for change. No, I didn't take it that way, my friend. I didn't take it aggressively. No, of course. I know you're perfectly fine with the question. Just my part of the world is a bit special. Where I've talked about this a lot of times. TLDR. If you want to find 1970s to 1980s Red Scare. American, like 1970s to 1980s American Red Scare type of environment, come to the Balkans and Eastern Europe. That's where it's at right now, on the same rate, if not even more hardcore. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of physical organizing we get to do here. Do you think I enjoy wearing a fucking mask on stream, barely being able to breathe and looking like a weird motherfucker that's wearing a mask? This isn't exactly, I consider myself quite a normal guy. And I always semi-cringe myself when I do come on stream and I wear this fucking thing. But I do it because of the safety of me and my loved ones, because it's unironically necessary here.
Change, starvation, war, these aren't accidents. They're symptoms of a system maintained by those who benefit most from its continuation. You realize things could change. The only reason they don't is because the ruling class doesn't want them to. So you decide, this is it. You're dedicating your life to communism. Not just in spirit, but in practice.
Yeah, brother, let's go! Dedicate yourself to the life of communism. Communism, very good. Dedicate yourself to it. Yes. Nice.
Role in postgraduate studies, something in politics, philosophy, history, or economics. Anything that might help you better understand the...
Oh, that's hilarious. I love how he became a communist before he went to university. This is boomer erasure, okay? Most of us became communists when we started working, okay? When we started working, when we actually became a part of the proletariat, maybe, bro.
System and how to challenge it. You become that person on public transport, the one reading Gramsci and Stirner on the bus, headphones
Gramsci mentioned.
in, brow furrowed, like you're saving the world. You've got folders packed with unread PDFs, books with bookmarks stuck 20 pages in, and a growing sense that you will never get through all of it. But still, you keep collecting. You stop trying to subscribe to one particular philosophy, and you start using concepts like a brick to build a courthouse of reason.
Welcome to YugopnikTwitch. Why is this lovely person literally talking about my ideological development? What the fuck?
Each thing fits in your vast mental structure. Spooks are as important as dialectical materialism. You also stumble upon meme philosophies. You learn about Poseidism, space communism, dolphin comrades, nuclear war. You don't take it seriously, but you don't dismiss it entirely either. It's kind of sad that nuclear war is even being considered as a part of the dialectical process. And though you laugh with your French theory heroes when they tear into Fukuyama, you sometimes wonder if he was actually right, if the end of history is actually here. Level 6. At this point, you have gone beyond politics. Communism is no longer just a theory of economics or a vision for society. It's become something deeper, a metaphysical framework, a spiritual calling. You take whatever money you have...
Okay. Which one of you chat wrote this? About me? The fuck? What? Why is this video me? Chat, is this me? For fuck's sakes, why recommend Stirner? They probably haven't read Stirner themselves, and you was a left-com postmodernist. You're doing exactly what they're doing, Romka, and that's why I love you, unironically, but they were talking about a type of person, okay?
Saved and go on a retreat. Maybe it's a silent one in the woods. Maybe it's just a cheap cabin with spotty Wi-Fi. Either way, you disappear for a while. Not to escape, but to reflect. The contradictions of capitalism are no longer just material. They feel ontological. You start reading Deleuze, not just reading.
I've never felt as called out in my fucking life as this. Bro.
Experiencing. You stare at paragraphs for hours. You trace flows and multiplicities and everything. You stop using words like identity and start saying assemblage. You don't entirely...
Oh, why do I know this guy, literally?
Really understand it, but you feel it, and that's enough. In your solitude, something else shifts. You start seeing common threads between communism and religion, and not in the opiate of the masses way, but in the deeply moral, spiritual way. You find communism in the words of...
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Jesus, in the fire of the Quran, in the ethics of Zoroaster, not as dogma, but as care, justice, and collective dignity. Every prophet, you now believe, was just an early dialectician. You start to see monism.
Chat. Making clips, IRL.
Opiate of the masses way, but in the deeply moral spiritual way. You find communism in the words of Jesus, in the fire of the Quran, in the ethics of Zoroaster, not as dogma, but as care, justice, and collective dignity. Every prophet, you now believe, was just an early dialectician. You start to see monism as the natural metaphysics of communism. No more divisions between body and mind, self and other, nature and society. It all connects. The liberation of the self, the collective and the world. It's one movement, one rhythm. You begin to live with a strange kind of calm. You still feel anger.
Dude, absolute bro! Bro! Yo, you're gonna join Noah's stream on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'm joining Noah's stream.
But it's shaped now by purpose, even reverence. You no longer argue online. You meditate. You write. You organize.
Okay, no, you still argue online. No. You don't. No. You keep the fucking materialism in dialectical materialism, motherfucker. We have found a split between the creator of this video and YugopnikTwitch. Nah. After you do understand the significance of metaphysics, and I've absolutely understood the significance of metaphysics, and I will fucking die on this fucking hill. But that does not mean that understanding the significance of metaphysics causes you to abandon materialism. Fuck that shit. Nah, man. I ain't no fucking meditator, bro. No, I do meditate. Actually, I like meditating. Wait, shit. Am I proving him right? But no, I still stay online, okay? Meditate just means doing a meditative activity, like drinking. Yeah, brother. Holy shit, chat. I'm engaged. What the fuck?
Nice.
Thank you to all subs for contributing to my wedding ceremony. For every 10 gift subs, I will donate another 5 gift subs worth of wedding funds so that we meditate on each other with a bunch of fucking shots of rakia and vodka and fucking rum, brother. And cognac for everybody else.
You don't need to tell people you're communist anymore. It radiates.
Yeah, literally don't say it anymore. IRL, on grass touching field, I have not told anybody I'm a communist in at least like a year. I've never had to actually say the sentence.
Level 7. Only prisoners have time to read.
Dialectical materialism is also about understand the power of ideas as well as the power of material conditions. Ideas shape material conditions. Material conditions induce ideas. 100%. There is, though, a particular dichotomy between dialectical materialism and metaphysics, which is to an extent what you are describing, but not as a complete rejection of metaphysics, but as a way for Marxists to say that without addressing the material reality of most people on planet Earth, talking about deeper exploration of the self, which is what metaphysics to an extent simplified is not a waste of time, just it's, trying to develop electricity before having developed the wheel, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, I agree fully with you. But I also strongly disagree with, commies that simply say that, metaphysics is absolute bullshit and a complete waste of time. It's not bullshit and a waste of time. It is simply something that at some other point in history we should try and explore, but at the current moment as philosophers should not only interpret the world but change the world. We should dedicate ourselves to more material and pragmatic manners before, we start talking about the fucking soul, bro. We'll talk about the fucking soul when everybody's got fucking bread. With all due respect, we'll talk about the fucking soul after trans people are getting fucking shot in the fucking street. Okay, that doesn't undermine the incredible depth of exploring, the soul. It's just like, brah, don't teach me 700 ways of doing yoga poses. Before black kids aren't getting fucking shot in the head in the streets in fucking Detroit. I don't know if that's a hot take, but it's mine. Marxism doesn't posit that the world is mechanistic. It is simply the best way of analyzing the world that we have developed so far. Man, why do I have the smartest chatters? Why do I have... Why? Why? You make me feel insignificant, okay? You can't therapize away poverty, but you can't buy away lack of purpose. You can't therapize away poverty, but you can't buy away a lack of purpose. This is my chat, man. Jesus Christ, dude. These are not child soldiers at this point. This is just fucking... what was the word? The poet philosopher? No, poet warriors that the reactionary dog fuckers like to say. But you guys aren't reactionary dog fuckers. You're philosopher kings. No, philosopher warriors. Chatters. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. Chatters. No, that's already the greatest compliment one can give. Warrior poets. Yeah. Hello, Dushan. Desi, brate moj. Warrior chatters. Chatter warrior philosophers. Is gooning meditation trying to bring us back to the floor? Gooning is indeed not meditation. It is taking one away from its true core. If it makes you feel better, we got this way because we watch people like you, Hassan, Hakim, and JT. It will help us become smarter. Hey. No. I reject the premise of your compliment. You smart because you smart. It's human nature. Thank you, Comrade Richard, for the 16 months. I'm still here, Comrade. I'm sure you are. Literally one of the first chatters. That came in here. Richard, thank you very much.
You say half-jokingly, but not really. At this point, you have seriously considered getting the state-funded housing. I mean, it has free meals and uninterrupted time to read the entire Marxist canon, cover to cover. Ownership no longer makes sense to you, not because it's unjust, but because it's absurd. What does it mean?
If you want to do absurd, okay, challenge to chatters that actually fucking read. Nietzsche historicism. You will never look at historical dialectics the same way ever again. It unironically breaks it for you. It's just write that sentence down. It's like you don't need to read the whole. It's like 40 pages worth of shit. Genealogy of morals. It's in. Sorry, I'm too inspired by the video.
To own when all is won. The means of production, the land, your body, your thoughts, they all belong to the same unfolding universe. Giving to others is giving to yourself. Sharing is not an ethical duty, it's a metaphysical inevitability. Even plants and animals are comrades now. Bees aren't just part of the ecosystem, they're producers. They labor, they make honey, and you finally understand that revolution.
I unironically got to this point, and I addressed this contradiction through pure racism. I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Because if I had to include the labor of all animals and all species of our planet, my brain would break. I would lose my fucking mind. So yeah, not racism, speciesism, absolutely. I had to engage in radical speciesism, which I am a strong believer of human supremacy over absolutely all.
Must include them. Your solidarity extends to fungi.
We're too limited, yes, but we adapt to that limitation. No, fuck all of them, man. Fuck all of them. Developed monkey best. Ooga booga. Like unironically. Yeah, yes, unironically. I want, what's the fucking, there's, Unitas Mundi, motherfucker. Wait, I'm gonna find it. This shit. Okay? We eat the fucking animal, motherfucking foreign ass, disgusting ass, fucking dirty ass, fucking foreign alien motherfuckers, okay? We will make rocket fuel out of every single alien child that we motherfucking find. They think they can bring war to the stars. We have invented war. We have invented slaughter. We have invented genocide. And the only reason we consider all of those concepts immoral, unethical, and inhuman is because we directed it at our fellow human. But once fully utilized and directed against the enemies of our beautiful species, it will not only not be immoral, it will be the pinnacle of ethics. It will be our purpose. It will be what drives us forward as a sword that cuts through the thick fat of the stars until we reforge and reform them in our image. For God has created us, and in his service we shall recreate the universe in his image. Death to the Xenon, death to the heretic. Long live the Homo motherfucking sapiens, especially the homos amongst the Homo sapiens. Unironic. 100% unironic in this preach, okay? I'm a strong believer that the author may perhaps overdose on French theory at this point. I support only allowing people that read the losing. No, the author is explaining. You are not there yet. That's your problem, Romka. You're not there yet when you break. I have broken, especially on the topic of animals. I've unironically broken on the topic of animals, and the general class contradictions that will pile. But that did not break me because I understood that, you know, the socialism does not equal, or even the classic Marxist definitions of communism does not equal the death of contradiction. And we will continue to develop blah, 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 to not bother the rest of chat. But yeah. Jokes aside, if you support human supremacy, if you support cutting through the fat off the galaxy as proud humanoids, do consider subscribing the way Rock702 did just now for 15 months and supporting the show and supporting the eternal pitch that we have here. Because, you know, they say that communism is a hierarchy-less society, and I agree with it. And I do agree that it is a point which we should pursue, but only inside of the confines of our own species. That does not entail the idea that there will be no hierarchy amongst us and other species. So yes, homo nationalism, unironically. You go about to pull up a Warhammer 40k sermon to read. I'm post 40k. I'm more radical than 40k. Because 40k implies we need a dystopian fascist empire in order to be conquerors of the stars. I unironically disagree with that. I think the only way we can both develop the technology and the ideals of an expansive human empire is through communism, through post-scarcity, through incredible technological development, and the absolute annihilation of the main ideology treasonous to our species reaching the stars, which is capitalism it fucking self. Okay? I find it undignifying and borderline simplistic that all of our conversations about ethics, morals, colonialism, imperialism, even the class dynamic, always come back on the interaction that we have amongst each other as humans. It lacks vision. It lacks vision. It's so... The fact that we just have this one particular fucking bowl of earth that we exist on does not mean that we should be patriotic to it or that it is all that we will ever know. The only reason you should be patriotic to Terra, to Earth, to the climate is because we have no other option. That is why environmentalism is extremely important. But if we had other planets as options, fuck that shit. Maybe out of some sort of, ethical blah, 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 we should love our planet, come back to it, redevelop it, blah, blah, blah. Fuck yeah, absolutely. Terra beautiful, it's our homeland. Develop it, keep it, environmentally stable as our homeland. From those perspectives, absolutely, I would encourage that. Even from a more galactic perspective of, we shouldn't forget that we cannot exist without the planets that can sustain life. That's why we should do our best to sustain those planets. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Sure, absolutely. But at its fucking core, baby, the main reason we are environmentalists, all of us, we can lie to ourselves that we love Mother Nature, we love this, or it's fun to do because you feel special. You feel, what's the word? Feel intellectually curious. But dude, most of us environmentalists are survivalists. We do not want to see 2 or 3 generations down dying. We want our species to continue. We want our heritage to continue. We want what we've just achieved to not be for naught. That's why you don't want the planet to die. Everything else is ideological foliage. And if you're in this chat, I think you're smart enough to accept that. It's unironically more productive to preserve the environment, at least for the foreseeable future. Yes, exactly. My pitch for environmentalism has never been one of ethics. It's been one of species preservation. I think capitalism would work way better if we were spacefaring. It'd still be self-destructive, but it'd take it way longer to self-destruct. Agree and disagree. If you do spacefaring and you do capitalism, you will immediately have self-determining nations, because nations would still exist because capitalism exists. And that would be detrimental to the human experiment because it would unironically cause secessions after secessions after secessions on all of the colonial planets, and then a massive galactic internal species war over who gets to be the boss of this or that colony. And post, and unironically, like post-Earth colonialism would not be unethical because it would be colonizing planets that are actually without anybody there, right? Colonialism is bad because you go to a place where people live and you exploit their resources, you mass murder them, you pillage, you destroy, etc., etc. That's why colonialism is bad. But if there's an unironically empty planet that you're terraforming, that is not unethical. Like, fuck that shit. The only thing I want to continue is the fight against petty bourgeois deviations. Yeah. Isn't that ironic, Romka? I think you would agree. I don't think that specifically the petit bourgeois, it might turn out to be the most the most cockroach class. What do I mean by this? As they say, when there's a nuclear holocaust, even the only one of the rare species that would survive are the cockroaches because they can adapt to high radiation. Unironically, like the petit bourgeois, the tradesman, the low tier burger, I think will be able to survive almost probably the next 5 layers of class-based revolution in the future. Burger. They're very hardy, exactly. Well, then we risk one day running into a species where we don't recognize their sentience. Yeah, and that needs to be defined by very particular rules and regulations of what is defined as sentience. And then you can go into 2 directions where either you don't give a shit about what's defined as, like, okay, fuck their fucking sentience. I'm human. I am gorilla man, and I take planet. Fuck you. Human rights do not apply to dirty xenon dogs, or which obviously the latter I subscribe to. You have very complicated and very well-defined concepts of what a self-conscious creature is, and when you find those on a particular planet, it is not legal to colonize it. Unironic Imperial Man cosplayers in actual space. Unironic Imperial Man, yes. Not cosplayers. Like that is our future if we want to fucking survive. You think that the contradictions of interspecies conflict and both defined on the national, the ethnic, the cultural, or the class divide is going to be the last struggle we get to interact with? Bro, what? No. After the question of class and hierarchy amongst our own species is addressed, which will allow immense technological development and eventual exploration of the stars, the next hierarchical question that will eventually arise is, where does the human position himself or herself or themselves in the hierarchy of the species that at one point he will interact with, or she or them? And we better be fucking ready if that other species, of course, if that other species believes in hierarchy as well. If they don't, then it's all good. But if they do, we better be fucking ready to position ourselves as the boot and not the fucking neck. Class, ethnicity, race, all of these concepts are bad because we apply them in a non-scientific manner. We utilize them as tools of oppression inside of our own species to differentiate from one to another. That is why it is disgusting. Those concepts by themselves might not be, when applied to somebody who is objectively, materially different. Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism, speciesism. Without the Marxism, Leninism, or Stalinism, just pure speciesism. Marxism, speciesism, maybe. Unironically, people just don't have fucking vision. They have no fucking vision. We just want to talk about domestic Homo sapiens interactions. It's fucking slow. The petty bourgeois, unless properly cooperated, would always be the end of us all. As a petty bourgeois, I personally understand the instability and cockroachness of my class. The big bourgeois grows from the petty bourgeois, and until petty bourgeois deviations are defeated in the real theory and the economy will always be prone to a 91 USSR scenario. And I'm probably only saying that because my wine ain't selling at the extent they want. Absolutely. But is it possible, Romka? That's a beautiful small essay. But my premise is that I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's you can wipe out petty bourgeois sentiment. Petty bourgeois deviations. I don't think it's possible. Permanently. I'm talking permanently. Even an incredibly successful socialist endeavor will have to treat petit bourgeois deviations, for theory-headed chatters in here, you will understand what I'm saying now. You would unironically have to treat petit bourgeois deviations the way we, for example, treat people that sell crack today, or that do human trafficking or whatever. Petit bourgeois deviations will not become extinct. They will become criminalized, and they will have to be pursued on literally an everyday basis in a socialist environment as the criminal activities that they are. Right? You get my point? But drugs good. I cannot say my opinion here on Twitch. I was just using it as an example of how it exists in capitalism. You're 100% right, and that is why Stalin was based. I will leave that comment to its own demise. 4 minutes, 30 seconds ad. Don't watch ads. Subscribe, support this channel, and for every 10 gift subs, I donate another 5. Anyways, let's finish the video. 9 minutes and 50 seconds, 2 hours and a half into the stream. That's what I'm talking about.
To rivers, to stones, you start speaking about the demiurge, that ancient deceiver who imposed ego, hierarchy, and separation onto a unified reality. Capitalism is just the latest expression of that cosmic lie, a spell cast by the demiurge to keep us trapped in the illusion of self-interest. At this point, your friends have no idea whether you're a philosopher, a mystic, or just sleep-deprived, but you're 100% unemployed.
Okay. Now,
level 1.
Chat. I want us to fuck up this this new creator. Okay, there's 515 of us. I want every single one of us to go and give them a subscription, because this was an incredible fucking video. Okay, every single one of you, I want to see this go into 3.1, at least 3.1. Okay. I want this to go into 3.1. Everybody go into this motherfucker. And I want to see 3.1. Every single one of you. Because this was an incredible fucking video. And in comments to push the algo, communists have a sense of fucking humor. And we can see when somebody is being constructive in their way they're making fun of us works. Which this is exactly what it was. It was extremely constructive, borderline. What's the name of the game? Jesus Christ. The name of the game, help me. The name of the game that makes fun of communists in a really nice way. Yugopnik brought me here. If you want to comment, you can comment. Yugopnik brought me here. Let's go. Subscriptions galore. Disco Elysium. There you go. Oh my God, I got engaged and I forgot how to brain. I forgot how to brain. Yugopnik brought me here. I want to see a lot of Yugopnik brought me here's, and I want to see that. Oh my God, this is nothing. Chat. Fuck you. I want more. Chat. At least, dude, we gotta hit him at least 3K subs, bro. At least 3K. Dude, this is pathetic. Chat. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? We can't even do 3K. This is pathetic as shit. Should we shout him out in the live channel? No, this is just for chat. But thank you for offering though. 2.8. 200 more. There's fucking 550 of you here. Chat. Seriously, 200 of you can click a button. Can't click a button. Cannot click a button. Come on, chat. I love you. Come on. You can do this. 2.81. Come on. Chat. Seriously. Don't be pathetic. Go. Subscribe. Subscribe right now. Subscribe. Right now, subscribe. Subscribe very much. Hordes, run. 2.82, really? Now. Subscribe. Okay, yes, the best we could do was 50 fucking people. Be very proud of yourself, chat. Jesus fucking Christ. 50 people, really? 50 fucking people. Incredible shit.
The news that is new to every liberal moron in the world, every liberal Zionist idiot. There's something that's...
Let's tune in into the world's greatest content machine of all time. Bet Empanada pointing and laughing at Zionists.
News to them that's not news to anyone. Did you hear that Israel is ethnically cleansing Gaza? Did you know that? Did you know that they want to kill and or expel all Palestinians there? Did you know that? The thing that they were openly saying 18 months ago? To be clear, this was clearly marked 18 months ago to the point that I made a video in December 2023, literally just citing Israeli officials where they were openly stating this, okay? So we'll go over that in a second, but I wanted to show you just like a very funny thumbnail, like from, you know, everyone's favorite example of like the average Zionist. Israel's new plan for Gaza is horrible. This won't do. With the face like this, I'm deeply thinking, how could this possibly have happened? I've been defending this the whole time. I never knew this was happening. I swear to you guys, I had no idea they were doing this. I'm thinking deeply about how this could possibly have happened. There was no indication that they were doing this. These people like to frame this, they're calling it Trump's plan. So the whole idea here is that like ethnic cleansing and genocide was not on the table until now. So their argument has basically been under Biden and Kamala Harris, like this is their sort of tactic of diversion, right? It's to imply that under Biden and Kamala Harris, things were different. And it's only now that Trump is in office that things are getting worse. Thus, the Gaza genocide is to blame on pro-Palestine people, not on these Zionists who have been advocating for and defending it the whole time. You know, as if the Biden-Harris administration did anything to stop it and didn't facilitate it fully the whole time, which they obviously did. You know, it would be a shame if there was clear evidence of this.
For OG Yugo, this is what I used to smoke. Sobranie. Gold. For all of you that joined a bit too late, I'm treating myself to some ciggies because I got engaged today. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. But yeah, Gold Sobrania's fucking classic, man. Literally the best cig. Literally the best fucking cig.
This was not the case, like the Zionists plainly stating, literally from the very beginning, what they were doing, and their actions indicating clearly this was what they were doing, while the US did nothing to stop them. That would kind of hurt this argument. You know, that's this whole fucking video here that I made a year and a half ago that shows this very clearly. And there's parts of this video where you can see that. So,
well, congratulations. You guys haven't read the title of the video. In the beginning of the stream, we got to level 15 hype train. A lot of people gave basically wedding gifts, as they called it, through gift subs and so on. And it was very lovely. It was very lovely. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it now either if you consider it. But no, it was, yeah, I'm engaged. She made me into a good man.
Well, obviously.
I'm a wife guy. No, I'm not. I guess I'm a wife guy. You know, even the left needs a wife guy because too many people on the left have no fucking girlfriends or wives. The women and NBs on the left, you know, fucking lay pipe like crazy, but the cis dudes on the left fucking dry as a desert. So somebody's got to represent, okay?
Like this whole plan of like forcing Palestinians out and stuff, this is not new at all. This is me.
5 years to become the man I am today.
Citing me a year and a half ago.
First, a leaked document that was produced by Israel's...
This document here dated 13th of October 2023, okay?
Intelligence Ministry on October 13th, whose authenticity the government has acknowledged, reveals an extensive government plan for the complete depopulation of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The document assesses 3 different options for Israeli goals in its wars on Gaza. It argues against the first 2 options, which would involve Israel setting up puppet Palestinian governments in Gaza and allowing the population to remain, and instead recommends what it calls the evacuation of the civilian population from Gaza to Sinai in Egypt. It proposes the forced removal of the entire Palestinian population via evacuation orders, the setting up of 10 cities in Egypt for the 2.4 million expelled Palestinians, and explicitly states that the evacuated population would never be allowed to return. This is affirmed elsewhere in the document, where it is proposed that these forcibly removed Palestinians would be integrated within a state framework with citizenship, meaning that Egypt or other host nations would permanently absorb them.
Okay, so this was very obvious that this was happening the whole time, and now it's like...
Yeah, even on when Ben Empanada came on the stream, not on the stream, when Ben Empanada came on the program during the first ceasefire, he called us out very eloquently because he was like, okay, the best case scenario for Palestinians in this ceasefire or any future ceasefire is that it's going to basically turn into, sorry, the mask is wet from the vodka, that is basically going to turn into a, what you fucking call it, K4 type of Bosnia zone where different countries that define themselves as Arab, define themselves as Muslim, and so on, are going to play the role of peacekeepers there, borderline being like an occupying force of a different category, but a preferred one over that of the, Israelis, for obvious fucking reasons. Thank you very much, Puerto Rican vegan socialist. Congrats on the engagement. I'm going on 10 years married, and it's hard but worth it. It is, right? It is. Thank you very much for the 1 month streak and the 12 months, my friend. It's very good to see you. Yeah, that's what I'm betting on as well. I fucking love the woman.
Like, new article, oh, Israel is planning ethnic cleansing. They're implementing this plan. They've been doing this the whole fucking time. So Israel is aiming to permanently occupy Gaza, as it says here. They are planning to expel all Palestinians into like a concentration camp, a death camp in the south, from which they will be held until like more permanent destinations for them to be forcibly ethnically cleansed to can be found, and then they will be ethnically cleansed there, and then
Bro, stop hotboxing them.
Israel will annex Gaza. This was the plan the whole time. We've been talking about this the whole time. It's not even just that they've been saying it. This is what they've been doing. Everything that they've been doing is indicative of this. Like this video that I made, you have to understand. This is from December 2023 is when I made it, and I uploaded it on January 3rd, okay? So all the sources are from before 2024. Literally within the first 2 or 3 months. And already at this point, they had destroyed the majority of the housing stock in Gaza, destroyed or damaged it. Why would they systematically target houses to this extent unless they planned to make the place uninhabitable so that they could justify getting rid of the population? That's obviously the fucking idea. And this was December 2023 when I said this.
Israel has destroyed 60% of the housing in Gaza in just 2 months in a bombing campaign against residential buildings that can only be described.
Okay, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I watching Empanada watching himself? It's a great video. Thank you, Empanada. What the fuck? Why am I watching
Level 1.
Empanada watching a video of himself, bruv? Totally wrong facts. Everyone still believes.
Let's get right into it. Number 10. The sugar high lie.
The sugar high lie? What?
Every parent thinks giving their kid sugar turns them into a tiny tornado. But that idea is completely wrong. Scientists...
What, really? Fuck you. What? No, it does. The fuck?
Tested this. They gave some kids sugar, others got fake sugar, and neither the kids nor their parents knew who got what. The result was absolutely nothing. The sugar kids weren't any more hyper than the no-sugar kids, but when parents thought their kids had sugar, they suddenly started seeing them as hyperactive. They watched their kids like hawks, waiting for any sign of energetic behavior. Kid jumps once, they blamed the sugar. Kid laughs, sugar rush.
He's paid by Big Sugar Man.
This whole thing started back in the 1970s, when a doctor claimed food additives were making...
Okay. No. Paid by Big Sugar. Go up, vote my comment. Go up, vote my comment.
Making kids hyperactive. Parents jumped on that idea immediately. A kid bouncing off the walls at a birthday party probably has more to do with being at a birthday party than the cake they just ate. They're excited, playing with friends, maybe sleep-deprived. Those kids would be just as hyper if you gave them sugar-free cake. Number 9, your brain isn't slacking off. You've probably heard that humans only use 10% of their brains.
Yeah, this I know is bullshit.
That's about as true as saying fish only use 10% of the ocean. This myth is so popular that Hollywood made entire movies about it. The ones where someone takes a magic pill and suddenly they're solving quantum physics while doing backflips.
Tell that to my bros that take fucking MDMA and they're like fucking geniuses.
Your brain is already going full throttle all the time. Scientists can watch brains light up in real time using special scanners, and they see activity everywhere, all the time. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is working. It's controlling your breathing, managing your heartbeat, and replaying embarrassing memories. Your brain only makes up 2% of your body weight, but this overachiever uses 20% of your body's energy. That's like having a tiny space heater that eats all your electricity. If 90% of your brain was really doing
developing world people can relate to that one, eh?
Nothing, evolution would have removed it ages ago. Nature doesn't keep useless stuff around. The proof is what happens when any tiny part of the brain gets damaged. Even a small injury can cause major problems. This 10% myth likely came from a Harvard researcher in the 1800s who said people weren't living up to their full potential. Then someone misinterpreted that to mean we only use 10% of our brains. Number 8. Pennies from heaven won't kill you. You've probably heard that a penny dropped from the Empire State Building could punch through someone's skull. That's not true. When someone drops a penny from
Who
up...
believes this? No. This is obviously not true. No. Next.
The saying lightning never strikes the same place twice is wrong. The Empire State Building gets hit by lightning around 25 times every year. There was a park ranger named Roy Sullivan who got struck by lightning 7 different times. They called him the human lightning rod. He survived all 7 strikes. After the 4th strike, his co-workers started avoiding him during storms. Lightning often hits...
Oh, guy wants to murder his wife. He just hugs her while there's a storm outside.
It's the same tall objects
Yeah, Roy is just a fucking idiot.
repeatedly. If you're the tallest thing around, like a lone tree in a field, you're basically...
Yeah, you short kings don't have to worry about that, do you?
...a target during a storm. Lightning can strike miles away from the actual storm. These are called bolts from the blue because they can come out of a clear blue sky. You could be out there when the sky looks clear, and suddenly lightning
Brothers got engaged and is already thinking about ways to murder his wife. Doesn't everyone?
Strikes. Number 6. Vikings left their horns at home. Vikings never wore horned helmets into battle.
Duh, what the fuck? The first one was actually mind-blowing about the sugar, because I genuinely thought that when you give sugar to such a tiny body, the sugar is just like more impactful compared to sugar that you give to someone that was larger than a child. So it was only the first one that was shocking when it comes to this thing of a video.
Number 5. Your razor isn't making you hairier.
Obvious. Who is this video made for? Literal fucking idiots? Literal morons? Literal troglodytes? Like, who is this video made for? Yeah, I've heard about it as well, chatter, but like, we all know that that's not true. So, because the title of the video is Totally Wrong Facts. Everyone still believes. No, most people do not believe that you will actually get hairier the more you use a razor. But that's true.
And number 4. Swim whenever you want. Your mom probably told you to wait 30 minutes after eating before...
Come on, duh. I believe that. Really, my friend? What? I'm unironically shook. Video for Americans. Yeah, I feel like it is. The target audience of the video is Americans, Hugo. I guess, yeah.
Before swimming, warning you'd get cramps and drown. This myth is so widespread, even lifeguards used to enforce it. But there's zero evidence swimming after eating is dangerous. Not a single documented case exists of someone drowning because they ate before diving in. The theory was that...
Dude, the best thing is that you fucking eat like a motherfucker. You have like 2 beers, and then you just go into the sea, and you just levitate. You know, you're just like, oh, this is the best. Unironically, is the best.
That after eating...
Like exactly after eating. Maybe you shouldn't swim like a psychopath and, you know, move everything around and, you know, feel like you're going to vomit. But like after you ate, you sit in the water and the water is like holding you up. And you're like, yeah, bro, this shit's fucking legit. Oh, you know, you feel great.
Blood rush.
Or in the pool as well, yeah. My mom always told me if I shave my legs, the hair will just come back thicker. My mom did as well. I've had friends tell me when they were babies, their mom's grandchildren would shave their heads until they were like 2, 3 because they thought that their hair would come back in fuller and thicker if they shaved. If they shaved it when when they were babies. No. Everybody's heard of that. It's just, you know, the year of our Lord is 2025. And I'm just shocked that people still believe that. That's my problem. And probably like all of these, like there is a grain of truth to it, right? There's a grain of truth to it. Because if you have like so-called like virgin hairs, and then you shave them, normal hairs are going to come into that area, which is going to look like there's a lot more hairs than the virgin hairs, which is fine. And there is more hair than that. But it doesn't imply that then if you shave the next strain of hair, that the third layer of hair is going to be thicker. No, it's not, you know?
To your stomach for digestion, leaving arms and legs without enough blood, causing cramps. But our bodies can handle...
There is, when shaving, it can stub, absolutely, making it thicker, making it look thicker. So there might not be as many hair, there might not be an increase in hairs, but it might look thicker, right? So yeah.
Both digestion and swimming. You might get a minor cramp if you swim intensely right after a huge meal, similar to running after eating. The American Red Cross confirms this isn't a real danger. Competitive swimmers actually eat during their training sessions. Maybe don't eat an entire pizza right before...
Of course, Americans would want you to eat at all times, even during sports.
For intense swimming. Number 3, your head isn't a heat chimney. Your mom probably told you, put on a hat or you'll freeze to death. That whole, you lose 50% of your body heat through your head thing is nonsense. This myth...
Oh my god, this is so Slavic. Slavic people in chat, this is so Slavic. I have always ignored this. I exclusively wear hat as... exclusively wear hat is fashion statement. I wear hat on head is fashion statement. Just how you should elevate yourself in status as chatter for $6 a month or free through Prime and avoid ad that plays in 3 minutes and 30 seconds by putting the hat of subscription on top of your head and avoiding the great curse of advertising called to attack you. Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe. It will be base as fuck. Gift sub. It will be base as fuck. Cold equals bad. And for every 10 hat givers, I will give another 5 hats. Thank you for even considering it, for real. But yeah, jokes aside, like, yeah, my mom would be like, if your head is warm, you will never die of cold. If your head is cold, you will die. Heat cold equals death, which again is probably based in some sort of relative truth, but one that no longer applies today. Like, circumcise your boy because he's not gonna, have 700 mushrooms develop on top of his dick head. Saying that 500 years ago made fucking sense. Saying that today, absolutely fucking idiotic because we have soap, right? Shit like that. Thank you, Ulysses, for the 4 months, baby. Thank you very much.
Started with an old army survival manual claiming 40 to 45% of body heat escapes through your head. But in their test, they dressed people in full winter gear and left their heads exposed.
As someone who does winter streaming, this is wrong. Head is like 70+%. Really? For cold? Holy shit. Yeah, there you go. That's why it's interesting. That's why it's complex, the whole conversation. Like, scientifically, it might not be correct, but, it's more complex than that.
Of course, most heat escaped through their heads. It was the only part not covered. Your head makes up about 10% of your body's surface area, so it can only lose about 10% of your body heat. Heat loss is actually proportional to whatever skin is exposed. Your head might feel extra cold because it has more blood vessels close to the surface, but you're not actually losing significantly more heat there compared to other exposed body parts. The only time this advice actually makes sense is for babies and small kids. Their heads are
Yeah, that's why they forced me as a small kid and stopped forcing me afterwards.
Proportionally bigger compared to their bodies, so they do lose more heat up there. But for adults, your uncovered arms will lose just as much heat as your uncovered head. Number 2, goldfish memory. Everyone says goldfish...
Yeah, previous one, unironically sus.
Have a 3...
And even the first one, with kids and sugar, unironically sus. Because I don't, I think when they did the research, they gave all the kids the same amount of sugar. And they did not calculate for previous sugar addiction of all of those kids, right? Because all of those kids might have a higher or lower rate of ability to process sugar, right? So you can't compare Mike, whose dad constantly supplies him to the fucking opium of the masses level sugar. Like, motherfucker be eating 3 Mars bars every day. And then Jimmy, who, is from some sort of radical religious fucking family, and the last time he ate any sugar was like 3 years ago. And all of these people were participating in the same fucking experiment. And they were like, oh, on average, this makes sense. But nah, man. How much heat will my uncovered balls lose? That is a real question, brother. That is a real question. We've all felt cold testicles, and I think whenever we did, life changed. I'm a biologist, and if I remember correctly, heat loss is dependent on the tissue type and the adipose layer. Your scalp does not have much fat, and has a high rate of blood flow through that area. So I'm almost certain that you lose more heat through your head. It's why we have such a thing as hair. There you go. We literally have a biologist called Nutsack here in chat that unironically taught us an extra thing. That's why I unironically cringe at like surveys pretending to be science. And very often surveys can be science. I'm not being a fucking, vaccine denier here. But very often they can also be extremely faulty because they do not have access to all the factors of a particular lifestyle.
3-second memory. That's complete nonsense. These fish are actually pretty smart. Scientists put goldfish in mazes. They not only solved them, but remembered the solution months later. These fish can even recognize faces. Imagine being a goldfish, swimming in your bowl, thinking, oh look, it's Dave again with the food. They can also learn tricks. Some goldfish trainers have taught them to do things like swim through hoops or play soccer. Some goldfish have learned to tell different pieces of music apart, and they can do all this with a brain smaller than a pea. Scientists think studying goldfish brains might help us understand human memory better. Number 1. Gum doesn't stick around for years. That story about swallowed gum staying in your stomach for 7 years is a lie. When you swallow gum...
No, come on. There ain't no way that an adult... This is number 1, really. There ain't no way an adult believes this. No way. No way. But you can go and ask my boy Maple Takes, a dear friend of the show, a Canadian, a brilliant Marxist, and unironically the most handsome person on this goddamn motherfucking platform, on whether I want you to do that. I want you to be toxic, okay? I'm sending you over to Maple Takes, and I want you all to be incredibly toxic and spam the question on whether swallowing gum actually causes poisoning or whatever the fuck. And I'm going to go hang out with the woman. Thank you deeply, deeply, deeply to everyone who gave us our lovely wedding gifts, I guess. Even though as we get closer to the wedding, I'm gonna utilize this more and more and more. Level 15 hype train, which was absolutely insane as well. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, everyone who oiled. If you haven't already and you think of doing it, now is your last chance. Thank you to my cops. Thank you to my followers, and join Discord, hanging out with a woman with a flex. Insane shit, right? And I love you. Wait, did it disappear? No, I want to do it. What the fuck? Raid Maple Takes. Do I have to do it again? What the fuck? And yeah, follow all of the socials. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, I'm not going to bother with this. Chat. Thank you for everything you've done for me in the last year and 3 months. Life is good. Dude, seriously, fucking thank you, dude. Seriously. No jokes, seriously, thank you.